600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. Stay tuned. We're going live in 5, 4, 3.
Morning Mayhem starts now with David BAZZEL, Present, Roger Scott, here, and Justin Moore. Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Smoking into New Orleans.
Somebody help me get out of Louisiana. Just
Help me get to Houston town.
There are people there who care a little about me.
And they won't let the poor boy down.
All right. Good morning. 609. Move it. Move it.
Two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is, look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man. And only two kinds of people know it. The Chinese and the king. One of them is me.
On a jet to the promised land.
Working on a T-bone steak.
A la carte flying over to the Golden State.
When the pilot told us in 13 minutes
He was gonna make.
Sweet low chariot, come down easy, taxi to the terminal zone. Cut your engines and cool your wings.
And then make it to the danger zone. Los Angeles.
If you know Fort Virginia, 5.41009. This is the promised land,
And the poor boys on the line. Take it, son.
All right, everybody. We've made it to Friday. And for some, Roger, including us, a rarity, a 3-day weekend. Woo! Because President's Day on Monday. Some of you don't get off that, which I hate. We used to not get off.
I don't remember ever getting.
I know. We are off, but a big weekend as we sort of transition to spring. I sort of feel because you got Daytona 500.
That's right.
NBA All-Star Game, that kind of stuff. Baseball. Okay, baseball kicks off today.
You know what? Yeah, Steve Qualls was very upset last night that he could not find, I don't know who runs the TV at Mainline, but he wanted to watch that NASCAR that was going on last night. Of course, I didn't know anything about it.
I've got some questions about NASCAR coming up here shortly. Today we'll have our last visit with Dan Hampton. I saw some bad news last night, Roger, while I was with you at Trivia in Hot Springs. The Steve McMichael family had to go to the emergency room last night. That they were afraid he had pneumonia.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing when you're in that bad a condition.
Yes,
that you have to rush. So we'll ask Dan about that. And our last visit with Dan Hampton for the year, making the official transition into spring sports and such. A lot of things to talk about today. We'll say this. Two big announcements at 7:30 today. Two new additions, segments we're going to be adding. I think you're going to love it. Most of them will be from the two will be from the 7 to 8:30 time frame. So hopefully that works in where you can hear them each week. We've already had Craig O'Neill, added. We're excited about what he's done.
Bill Craig's crazy. Bill Vickery's all over that. Chris Kane.
One of these is huge, and we think you're gonna love it. We know you are.
I think both of them will probably be huge.
Yeah.
I think.
I know. With one of them, I have to ask you to come in here and run the board, Josh, because I just want to listen.
Yeah.
I just want to hear this segment.
Several things today. Danny West will be joining us. Brought to you by H.A. Trailer Sales and Heather Baker of AY Magazine, Amp Magazine. It's National Caregivers Day for all of you out there that are taking care of loved ones or friends or whatever. God bless you. The caregivers have an amazing gift. It's National No One Eats Alone Day.
Okay.
I always, when I was in high school, Roger, I always tried to see if I saw anybody that was sitting by themselves and go over there and eat with them, and just a way of giving. So I guess there's a day for that now. So
did you hear what he just said? I mean, that is a TV movie. Will you call heaven and let them know we found the angel? The angel missing.
Nobody in school wants to sit alone and eat.
Well, nobody does. But, I mean, you were ahead of its time. We used to watch a film called Cypher in the Snow. Yes. It was about a kid who steps off the bus and he falls in the snow and he dies. And that was because of loneliness. It was not a true story, but it was just trying to let everybody know to do what you did. You're amazing.
They have to endure you sitting there with your laptop when you're
No. Good point. No laptop back then.
No, it was a Game Boy. He was all
exactly. It's also National Almond Day, National Tartar Sauce Day. Of course, we know because of Lent beginning, a lot of places are offering fish. Yeah, it's Friday Fish Fry Day.
You put tartar sauce on anything else?
No, I don't think so. And I don't do it very often. Matter of fact, the only place I really sort of use it is on the fish fillet. on McDonald's. That's about the only place I got exposure to tartar sauce.
Listen, the fish over at Corky's, if I get some of that, I'm going to use it on that one. But
it's not bad.
I mean, I put steak sauce. I'll put A1 or whatever I want, even on a hamburger if I want to get a hamburger, that sort of thing. But you can put that on anything. Ketchup, you put it in anything. But I don't think there's anything else for tartar sauce, is there? Is that it?
I don't think so. Oh, yeah, maybe hush puppies.
Is cocktail
Cocktails
sauce
for shrimp.
Is that just for shrimp and that's it?
I think so.
Well, I don't know. I want to know, Josh. And Josh, before we go on, you put the Twitter question yesterday, the X question.
Oh, what was the final?
You got to remind us to throw that out there so that you because
Chris Farley.
It was Chris Farley. It was either Matt Foley or
what was the best bit?
This was just a two answer thing. It was Matt Foley, motivational speaker, or the Chippendales. Which one was his best
skit? Yeah.
SNL skit. And guys,
Matt Foley
ran away with it.
Oh,
I voted on Matt Foley. I'm not surprised by that at all. I think he did a couple of them
because Matt Foley was an ongoing deal.
It was he had multiple segments.
Yeah, that one time skit though with Patrick Swayze.
No, you can't beat it.
What was the vote?
It was.
It's like 70%. Yeah.
Okay.
29.
Yeah, when
thanks
I saw
to everybody who voted on that.
Well, we want to keep doing that. When I saw it last night, I wanted to say we've got to remind everybody. If you're going to put them out there and do like that, we need to let everybody know what you've done.
Several things. We're going to go down all the list of activities this weekend that are going on. It's a busy weekend. We want to say thanks to everybody who came out last night, Roger, to Oaklawn. We would have been at the Trojan game, which we'll get to in just a second. Major win for the Trojans.
Sure was.
Thanks to a big crowd over at Mainline Sports Bar. Very nice.
It really was. Thanks to everybody. Again, new faces that came out.
Yeah, that's right. New faces every week.
A lot of new faces. John Court and his wife. They won.
They won.
Two. I thought of you, Josh.
Only the two of them. That's right.
Just the two. They were so upset. She gets so upset when she misses something because she knows it, and I like that.
The sixth leading jockey in the history of that track, the 100+ year, is coming to trivia every week.
Every week.
His wife.
Is it surprising to you all that his wife is as competitive as she is?
Oh, she is super competitive.
I mean,
she's super
competitive.
competitive.
Jockey and his wife who likes winning just as much. It sounds like.
Listen,
and he's laid back too. He's laid back.
He's laid back, and when I'm talking to him, I said, "Man, I sure do appreciate y'all coming out." And whatever I said to him and then he said, "Man, we're here for the money." He wants that gift card. Well, he walked out. He and his wife walked out with $50, but so did everybody. Steve Qualls, that came in. We see Bob Pellegrino, and I'm throwing out names, Donald Woodruff, and all these folks. These are some of the same folks that keep coming. And then
it's your trivia family.
Quite a few, isn't it? I mean, I'm just imagining what it's going to be like when the sun starts staying up a little bit longer in the day. If we'll get some more folks in there, but it's a fantastic venue for so much. Family was there, and then we went and did another gig right after that in the
for Arvest Bank.
Yeah, for Arvest Bank. So that was fun. But thanks for being there. And Baz always takes around the
I do the tips. I pick up the tip jar.
And everybody pays for it. It's a great staff down there as well. It's Mainline Sports.
Now, this weekend you got 4 days of racing, by the way, too. You got racing today, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on President's Day. So I think this is either the second or first 4-day race weekend, maybe the second. But anyway, you got that going on. But last night, driving back, we had Darrell Walker on yesterday. And, the Razorbacks aren't playing great basketball, but, the Trojans are. Former All-American for the Razorbacks, world champion with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. He's got them hot, man. And they knock off Morehead State, the number one team in the conference.
Down to the wire,
69-68. I was listeing to it, Roger, and do not lose this game. Do not lose this game. And I tell you what, the kid who was Josh, the kid, I mean, they got two Razorback transfers that are really making a difference. K.K. Robinson, who I believe played at Bryant, had a monster game, and Mitchell. Is it Mackay? I think it's Mackay because the Mitchell that's in Arkansas is that then I'm get confused.
I think McHale's at. Is it Mackay McHale?
I
believe Mackay Mitchell is at Arkansas.
So it's McHale is it?
It's 50-50 shot.
But anyway, they win 69-68.
Congrats.
Yeah. So they go to 9-4 in the conference. They play again Saturday night, and then what's crazy? They gave away $4,000, right?
Right.
You know who won it?
No.
K.K. Robertson's brother. Hello.
Is that NIL?
I was about to say.
No.
I was thinking the same thing. Wait a minute now.
How are we going to get this in?
How did that happen? Merritt Dyke?
It could happen. It could happen.
I'll tell you what, the game on Saturday, though, it's big. Southern Indiana's not very good, but it's one of those where it's a quick turnaround. Man.
That's right.
You play 7 o'clock on a Thursday, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. So go out and support. They're going to need it. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a slow start, but that's
you're right. Could have a letdown. And the deal is, listen, Razorbacks aren't going to the NCAA tournament.
You got a chance.
The Trojans have a chance. Yeah, it's all about getting to the tournament and getting at least a bye, one day bye, maybe even a double bye. So congratulations to them. I also saw where Arkansas State knocked off Sun Belt Conference leader Troy last night. Did you see it? So that was 82-71. I think that was in Jonesboro. But Roger and Josh, did you see the brawl between the ASU women and Southern Miss? Yeah, they got to a brawl. They went to that amount, and the women they kicked out 5 players. You don't see that much in the women's game when you have a brawl.
No, you don't. And of course, I'm just going to bite my lip.
So they end up losing that game to Southern Miss. Of course, the big story nationally in basketball, Caitlin Clark. Roger, I was watching while you were doing trivia. She set the all-time scoring record with 3,569 points. She hit the 3 from the logo. Yeah. I mean, she literally, it was part of the, it was, how many feet behind the 3-point line would that be? 12?
Probably
15, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't.
It might be 15.
Did you see it, Roger?
I did not. But what I heard about it, and tell me this: is she a senior?
Yeah,
all right, the thing that I've got, and she's got another 10, 15 games left in the season to add to that record as well. Right. So even on top of that, I did not see it.
She's the biggest. Everybody, they ended up beating Michigan last night, but everybody wants to see her. And I was going to say, she's the biggest star since who in women's basketball, Josh?
Brianna Stewart. But I mean, I think
I'll take your word for it.
I think she's a bigger star than Brianna Stewart is. She's the best player since Brianna Stewart.
Now, this girl is a girl who got into it with the LSU player last year in the national championship game. Yeah,
so that's the only thing that I know about that. Okay, she did.
That was the one.
And where's the LSU player now?
She's still playing at LSU.
She's still playing. I mean, wasn't she suspended earlier this year?
Yeah, the coach suspended her. Yeah.
All right. Well, I knew this Caitlin Clark. I'd been getting ESPN notifications or whatever on her in the last week. Seemed like something was popping up every day.
And you see the crowds. I mean,
crowds are unreal.
We had the incident with her earlier in the year with the court storming. And once again, it's only an incident because she's such a big star that all these people are showing up to watch her play.
How about that? Listen, all right, well, that shows
it's like watching Curry. It reminds me of Curry at Davidson.
She scored 49 last night, Roger. It's one thing to break the record. She scored 49 points against Michigan. I mean, good grief.
Game.
Now, the other thing, Raj and Josh, today, you see what I'm wearing? You see what I'm wearing? If you go to the webcam.
I do.
I tell you what, first person who goes to the webcam, you want to say they text us what my hat says?
Very good. Okay.
Why don't you text us? Go to the text line.
Well, nobody can see your hat.
Let me
I'm glad Baz did that. It was a good way for us to check
in. So should we go on YouTube? The first one on YouTube, first one on text line.
First person to leave a comment on YouTube about what Baz's hat says.
Yes.
To give you a splash car wash.
I thought it's.
Do you see it in there? Can you see it in there?
Or can you tell? Can you tell?
I can see the YouTube chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So 6611037 is the text line too, and if you wanna throw it at the text line, that I don't know if we want to give something away.
We can do that as well. That's fine.
Through obviously multiple ways to see us on camera: Twitter, Facebook, and
Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
YouTube,
Instagram.
Now, Makai, he's with the Raiders.
So today, guys, you got the Trojan baseball team moved their game because of the weather, Roger, to 12 o'clock against Wichita State. They're the conference favorite. The Razorbacks play at 2 o'clock today versus James Madison. Hagen Smith, who Justin them have on, he's the matter of fact, just got a text from Chris Curry. I was ahead of you, Chris. I'd already planned to do that, my friend.
All right, so tell me this. Now, riddle me this, Batman. What's the weather? I have no idea.
So rain's coming in this weekend, and so I think what the Trojans are trying to do is try to get early. Listen, as Anchor said yesterday, you got 2 All-American pitchers who are going to go in the NBA in a Major League Baseball draft, both for the Razorbacks and for the Trojans, and they're both pitching today. I think they may both have mustaches. So the Trojans play at 12 o'clock. They play Wichita State. The Razorbacks play at 2 o'clock. They play James Madison. Our friends at the softball with the Razorback softball team, they're out in Arizona.
Right.
Hannah Gamble and group they're out there for a 5-game stretch too.
Well, that'll be fun. Listen, what a great weekend for sports if you can get out there. But we got President's Day coming up. I think tomorrow's going to be fine, right?
I think there's chances of rain. Then it gets a little cool, but I don't think it's going to be a washout. I don't believe so. Maybe you're the meteorologist.
Well, it's I got to I'm just trying to think. Do I need to go ahead and get the grill going? I don't know. Do I need to put a few burgers out?
Oh, by the way, Val Hansen says that she's only a junior. Josh, is she a junior or a senior? I was thinking she was a senior.
No female has ever been one and done in college basketball. Is that right?
Yeah.
And do any of them get out early and go to the WNBA?
She's a senior. I believe.
Okay, I thought she was a senior. I thought the thing that I heard that was that she was going to be able to stack up more points was the fact that she had another dozen games or so, to add to that already phenomenal record.
Well, so Roger, so you got all that. You got track and field going on. I know there's a lot of people. You guys never talk about track and field. Well, they have running events that start start at 2 p.m. Is that today or tomorrow? We'll find that if that's today or tomorrow. But this weekend, you've got a qualifier there. And then the other ones, Roger and Josh, what do you have this weekend? What are the big national significant sports events?
You got NASCAR.
Okay, which I knew that. I knew Daytona 500.
We mentioned that,
and I've got a question about that in a second. Is the NBA All-Star Game this weekend?
I believe so, yeah.
I heard a promo. I haven't seen one thing about that.
Well, that's what was on last night. They were doing the dunk or the three, weren't they?
That was a replay from 1977 or something.
I'm not paying attention.
You're doing trivia. Yeah, Josh, is it? Have you seen much on it?
No, I have not, and I also don't know if certain guys are out. But yeah, I mean,
major markets where you have NBA teams, you hear a lot, but where we are, I don't hear anything about the game. Of course,
that's why you got to listen to Christian. And
I heard him in headband on the on Buzz 2 last night.
I saw their names on the Prod Room A, so I figured they might be starting that back up or doing something. Southern Structure Solution text line. Someone from the 501 says she actually has the COVID year, so she can come back. Now I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that because it says.
I'm just reading it. Yeah.
Well, Val said last night they were chanting one more year.
She played in 2020, 2021, but that wasn't a COVID season. I don't believe.
But
if they were chanting one more year, there's got to be something to that. If the fans were chanting one more year,
2020. I guess
this COVID year. I'm ready for the COVID year to go away. It's been 19 years.
Say what you will about the WNBA, but if anyone's going to make top dollar, she's going to make top dollar. Yes, in the WNBA, can she still make that stay?
Money in college.
That's what I'm saying. So and she can not just pad it. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like she's not earning it.
She's in commercials with I think she's in with Reggie Miller.
Is that right?
Yeah, she's like she's massive star.
Yeah. So there's that, and also, Baz, people are going on and on about they've got your hat. So people.
Okay, so the first one, Josh,
have you got one off
you look,
of YouTube?
You look at YouTube, and then we'll do maybe the first one off of.
I got one off YouTube. The guy from YouTube, I need him to text us on the text line.
And then Roger, if we want to do one off the text line. So what it is, my hat says, what does it say, Rog?
Well, it says Omaha.
Yeah, we've already got the winner. So
okay, very good. Yeah, it says
Omaha, and I'm wearing my Hog baseball jersey. Yes.
It's a great jersey.
It is. Thank you.
It is. And also, someone on here says about Corky's, saying Corky's got the best tartar sauce.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Well, you know what? I mean, are they just wrapping up every award? Best tartar sauce?
Well, now that since you're the spokesperson.
Yes. You know what? I didn't want to take full credit for it. I think it's a smart play that they came on our station. And way to go, Joe. Way to go. And I think Dana has a ton to do with it because she's all over social media. So
let me ask you this, you NASCAR fans and Roger and Josh. I'm reading the paper today, and it says on the Daytona 500, Jimmy Johnson barely qualifies with a late push. And I was like, huh? I thought he retired. Is he not retired?
He's driving part-time, I believe. I think for
these kids today.
Legacy Motorsports, something like that.
He barely made it. I was like, what? I thought you were hanging it up.
What's he doing?
I don't know. What are you doing, Jimmy?
You don't come back.
You're a champion. You're like a 5-time champion.
Your legacy.
Don't diminish your legacy.
Now listen, we've got to pick a NASCAR driver for the year. We've got to get Jay Bird to toss one in as well.
I pick the same guy every year.
Who do you got?
I'm Denny Hamlin guy.
You're going to take Hamlin?
Yep.
Okay, very good. So you can have Hamlin. Hamlin's your guy. Baz, you're going to have to come up with one.
Is Kyle Petty still racing? That's who I want.
He's on TV now.
I understand. Yeah.
He's the king.
There's not even an Earnhardt left. You can't even, that's a Wilson. Well, what if they had... what do they call the ones when they bring back old basketball players or baseball players?
I would prefer to watch that. A seniors NASCAR.
No, not senior. Not seniors.
A little bit blurry.
Yeah,
what do they call it?
They have a governor on the car that won't go over 100.
Who's the IG that I saw the other day? It showed the quickness between a football.
What'd you say? OG?
An IG.
It was Tyreek Hill
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
See the quickness. So you've got about not quickness. What's the term?
Reaction time.
Reaction time. Yeah, and the NASCAR dude had to have it. At least on that one he did. But what do they? Not a senior division. What do they call it when they have old timers?
I would watch that.
Listen, so they can only go 70. Okay.
And every time I think of Denny,
and you have to get over it in the far lane.
Every time I think of Denny Hamlin, I think of who's the guy?
RJ. Kenny Hamlin?
No, the guy who plays the crazy character on the church group deal, and he also had played the
Uncle.
No.
No, he's thinking of
the comedian.
Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers. When I hear Denny Hamlin, I think of Kenny Powers.
Why?
I don't know why. Just
I get it.
Yeah, you gets it. Yeah,
I understand.
I don't know the name. I don't know why.
Because Kenny and Denny. Any connection that rhymes. What's his name?
Let's squeeze in.
What's the actor's name?
That's like the recruit that makes Baz think of Anton Chigurh.
Yeah. What is the actor's name?
It's Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. That's it.
And I used to think Denny McBride.
Danny, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll check your messages on the text line 661-1037. You can also send us messages. Now, Josh, I was talking yesterday. We need you to be the one who monitors our YouTube comments, because we know people are sending us some messages. Just maybe a like, just to let them know that we're seeing them there. We appreciate that. 661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show. Oh, a little Arkansas music.
David, as I'm getting out of my car this morning, and and after last night, and I'm still a little bit sleep deprived, drunk, if you will, and I'm just thinking about our country and where we are and how blessed we are for me to be able to get out of my car and go into a convenience store, get something that I want, and get back in there and feel safe. And some places we're not feeling that way right now, but I just started feeling a little, like a punk, but just blessed to be where we are in the greatest country ever.
Yes.
And it has so much to do with the police officers that are out there that are working the streets as we speak. And with what happened when people are just going to see a celebration,
crazy.
And someone died and 22
Do you hear
other
what
people.
that was too? By the way, it was just a territorial.
Somebody got
that between two, and they just start shooting people. Just ridiculous idiots.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, and it made me think. And we live in such a great state. We got so many people that you came here. You adopted Arkansas. Darrell Walker's here. Joe Klein's here. Not to mention some of the other people that we know. But we're just blessed, and we're blessed that you listen to us.
That's exactly right, Roger. And Roger's going to open up the Buzz Vault today.
Yeah,
some classic stuff. Big announcement coming up at 7:30 as well. Stay tuned. It's 6:30 here on Morning Mayhem.
Magnolia blooming, mama smiling, mallard sailing on a December wind.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Kaufman by Design West, Gwatney Chevrolet, Gwatney Buick GMC, R-Care, and Parker Cadillac.
This is Sports Center.
It's opening day for Arkansas Razorbacks baseball. They have a 4-game series coming up this weekend with the James Madison Dukes. The Hogs come into the season top 5 in every single poll in America. This weekend's schedule, first pitch today against JMU is at 2 o'clock. On Saturday, it's also a 2 o'clock first pitch. Sunday's first pitch is at 1 p.m. And then Monday, game 4 of the series will be a noon first pitch. All of those games you can catch here on 103.7 The Buzz, and also you can catch them on the SEC Network Plus. 5 games for Razorback softball this weekend at the Bear Down Fiesta in Tucson, Arizona. They'll take on Long Beach State at noon, and then the Arizona Wildcats at 5. Tomorrow they'll take on Omaha at 12:30, and Arizona once again at 3, and they conclude the weekend against Omaha at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort presents Oaklawn Game Day, an inside look at the week's big games, exciting prop bets, and the latest betting lines from Oaklawn Sportsbook. Justin Akrian and Oaklawn's Director of Sports Wagering, Zach Gillum, give you all the info you need to place your bets at Oaklawn. Catch it on the Buzz Wednesday nights at 7, and again Thursday mornings at 5:30 before Morning Mayhem. Oaklawn Game Day on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Say, hey now, Roger Scott here to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products. Times are crazy, man. Gas prices are through the roof. Grocery store prices are out of control. And if you're a business owner, you're scratching your head thinking, what could be next? Well, next is you call David Breitenberg, the sales manager at Sigma Supply Packaging Products. David and his team of problem solvers will analyze your packaging and shipping methods and see how they may be able to help you cut costs and take some of the stress away. They've got a waste audit analysis program. Let Sigma Supply and David Breitenberg take some of your pain away. You can reach David at 501-617-4600. Now, you've heard me say it here on the Buzz before. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man. Give my buddy David a call and schedule your appointment now. He may have the solution you've been searching for. Here's that number, 501-617-4600. Call or shoot David Breitenberg a text and give him a call and schedule your waste audit analysis right now. Sigma Supply Packaging Products online at sigmasupply.com. And remember, say it with me, if you're not using Sigma Supply, you got a low-grade product, man. See, somebody's listening.
It's the 48th Annual Arkansas RV Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. Motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, camping trailers, all on display and at discount show prices. Win a new $14,000 Rockwood pop-up camper courtesy of Razorback Camper Sales and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. The RV Show opens Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. Adults $10, kids 12 and under free. Don't miss the Arkansas RV Show and the lowest RV prices of the year. Another Denton and Griffey attraction.
It's Justin Akrian for CertaPro Painters. It's a company I've used for years for many projects, inside and outside over the years, and soon you'll be able to say the same, and you'll be happy that you can. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but CertaPro does. They'll walk you through the process, help you pick out exactly the right color paint for whatever room you're trying to redo, and they're going to leave behind a beautiful, clean project. You won't even know they were there other than the project being done, and your wall's looking great. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated, so get them on the case as soon as possible. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Tucker, I want to ask you a question. Why you so ignorant about your Trojans out there and about our Razorbacks? Y'all think y'all can beat Arkansas, but you can't do it. You might well not talk that. Oh, that won't work.
Where in the world are you coming from with all that? Nobody's ever even said
yeah,
anything.
I had a man this week on the radio. That this week out there bragging about it. He was bragging about what that Trojan could do.
Now I'm just going to match your word for word, Jimmy. We're not going to do that. You know, talk like that.
Well, he sure called out and told that.
What in the world are you talking about? I didn't understand a word you said.
The man called up the week you weren't there. I asked Mr. Rainwater. He backed up on it and told him. He said, I'll be there tomorrow night, but he said, our Trojans can beat our Razorbacks. And it made me mad that he done that.
Jimmy, get off the eggnog, Jimmy Lee. Come on now.
Jimmy, that's the great Jimmy Lee, Josh.
Sure did. You heard what did that.
But Jimmy Lee,
don't you ever give me a ticket. I wouldn't have to give it to me.
I used to be like the interpreter for Jimmy Lee.
You sure did.
I could have some.
I caught words. He said the Trojans would beat Arkansas. It made me mad. I don't like that.
But I had nothing to do.
You know what? We haven't. There's a clip in there somewhere. That's not it where he laughs at the end. But we have not heard from him, Raj. Yeah, he was a legendary caller, Josh. That he would talk so fast. It was almost like when Justin Moore makes fun of me when he get it. He's still talking, but anyway, I hope he's okay. I know he must not be in great health because we hadn't heard from him in a long time.
Well, we didn't hear from him this football season. Maybe he was just like everybody else, just going, you know what? I got no words.
661-1037. Somebody says Zach on our text line. Zach Ballard, is that a race car driver?
Zach Ballard.
I have no idea.
He's not a super popular one.
You're saying I should go with the Chase Elliott?
Yes, of course.
Is it Chase? Is his name really Chase?
Yes, Chase Elliott.
Well, that sounds like the greatest NASCAR name ever.
It's a great name. His dad, Bill Elliott's a legend. Chase, I think he
won. Oh, Wild Bill Elliott.
Wild Bill Elliott, yeah.
Yeah, listen. He named his son Chase.
He's the most popular driver by far, and people love him.
People love him.
Someone says here, Jimmy Johnson has been driving Indy cars the last 2-3 years. Wasn't very good back to NASCAR, so he really hasn't retired. I guess officially, he's still.
I thought he did.
He's not a full-time driver.
Gotcha.
At least that's been my understanding.
Somebody says Richard Petty is the king. Now, that's who I meant. That's what I thought. I said Richard Petty.
You said Kyle Petty.
Is that what I said, Kyle Petty?
Nah,
that was close. It's family.
Listen,
He's the prince.
I heard Richard.
That's what I
know you were
thought.
talking about.
Yeah, here's what Chase Elliott, number 9. Jimmy's a 7-time champion. That's right.
Listen, I like. I may go with the kid. I remember when he was a rookie, Joey Logano. Who knows? Maybe Joey will go or Stenhouse. I don't know.
Someone says here, hey, Baz and Roger, when you go to Moore Mountain Tuesday, are you going to make a movie, Brokeback Moore Mountain? Outstanding. I like that.
That could be it. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Baz, here's something that we need to think about. We need to see about going maybe out to Texas Speedway. You know,
I've been there before by accident with Tommy. Yes,
I know, but I've seen a race there before. But why don't we go to a NASCAR? That's the closest, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Isn't
so.
that the closest?
We'll figure out when somebody. Maybe that's what somebody's asking. Are y'all going to Dallas? Or next weekend? Maybe that's not it. Is there a race next weekend in Dallas? We have no clue about NASCAR.
I had no idea that there was even anything in Dallas.
Listen to this.
Now there's Atlanta.
No, we got to go. If we're going to a NASCAR
Atlanta,
race.
Vegas, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll never forget going to the Daytona 500, and that was an overwhelming experience. Like, holy mackerel, how fast those cars go. Had no idea. I mean, if you've never been, you're like, oh my gosh. First of all, I've never seen anything go that fast.
Right. NASCAR, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Daytona 500.
Well, they call them restrictor plate tracks. So Talladega and then Daytona are the restrictor plate tracks, and they.
Josh, I'm telling you, I walked down close, and it was a blur. It was literally it was like a jet.
You can't stand on the track. The tracks, they're
banked so banked.
High
that
it's like it flattens.
Oh yeah, I saw Ricky Bobby. Yeah, help me Oprah Winfrey. Help me Tom Cruise.
Someone says here on our Southern Structural Solutions text line said, hello guys. Here's the stat of the day. Caitlin Clark has scored 35.69. That's how many points she scored, and taken $0 from boosters. Is that right? She doesn't have an NIL deal? That's shocking to me.
I don't know.
She's not. She's in commercials.
She's what?
She's in commercials.
So that's not true?
I don't know that to be fact, but I can't imagine she's spending her time doing commercials and not getting any kind of compensation.
Can she break Pistol Pete's record?
What his record is?
Why don't you look that up and see because the person she broke was a female player, right? Last night, I think that was. And this is an interesting thing. Listen to this, Roger. Yeah. Cheryl Swoops, who was
I remember Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah, she was a great player too. Says she embarrassed herself last week in an interview about the scoring record. She said that Caitlin Clark didn't deserve the record since it took her 5 years to do what Kelsey Plum did in 4. Someone called a corrector and said that Clark actually had broken the record in 4 seasons and also in fewer games. Listen, if you're going to throw that out there, that's better. Like me with Bumper Pool getting the tackle record. If you're going to say that, you better have done your homework to know what to do.
And there's a part of me that you've got to put that asterisk by it. Now they finally took it off of Roger Maris for years, and again we talk about O.J. Simpson getting all his yards in 14 games when his record, his seasonal record was broken in 16 games or so.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some sort of a difference, even if you go this dude's got all the points. Pre-3-point.
Yeah.
You got
I think you got to look at that.
3-point over there, huh?
Which Maravich
absolutely. So I mean,
she's 99 points away from Pistol.
When we think about Bumper, it's not his fault that China let loose that virus,
but
it's still an extra year.
There should be an asterisk in there to show that.
No.
To be fair to everybody
I think it should be fair and balanced like that. That's just me. I'm a gambler, Mr.
Beats Plum 13 less games it took her to beat Kelsey Plum's record, and then like you said, Baz. Maravich is at 3,667. Clark is at 3,569. So, barring an injury, she's going to break that record.
But again, to be fair, just the asterisk point, the no 3-point line,
Clark's a 3-point shooter.
Yeah. Someone says Caitlin Clark is in the, as you guys mentioned, State Farm commercials with Jake. She's doing all right. Somebody said that's not from boosters. Well, all these NIL deals are not with boosters, and you're not supposed to be getting paid directly by boosters anyway. So so she is getting money. She is getting the NIL deal, which is fine. Someone says there is a track, Roger, in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas Motor Speedway.
Ooh.
But it's
which is closest, Kansas, Atlanta, or Texas?
Okay, somebody was talking about not Dallas. It was Arlington for the baseball tournament. No, I know about that. That's got some Big Ten teams in there, right? Big 12 rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's gonna be in there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. It's Oklahoma State. Who else?
Oklahoma State's there.
That's.
Thank you, Steve Qualls. About let's see, Texas is northwest of Dallas. Because I went there with McLeod one year, and we were there. And listen, and Dale Earnhardt Sr. was still he'd passed since then, but he had the longest merch line of anybody, and he'd been dead half a dozen years.
Yep.
Did you know, Roger? It says here Chase was Cindy's idea. Cindy is Chase's mama and Bill's wife. So the mama did say we're gonna name him Chase.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, because you know what? That boy's gonna grow up to be a driver, just like you, Bill.
Just like you, just like his daddy. Well, I like that.
Someone says here. Let's see. Baz Windstream is glad to bring gigabyte fiber internet service to the Poin area. Glad to share more details with Justin if he wants. That's David Avery. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy?
We need it.
I'm hearing Jimmy.
Maybe you all can get on the step ladder and fix that damn.
You know what? We're gonna have to do that. Obviously, we've got. Yeah, we're gonna need a. I don't know if a step ladder is gonna do it. I think
shoulders, maybe?
He's got vaulted ceiling.
He does, and they're tall ceiling. Here's what it says. Hearing Jimmy Lee's clip just put a big smile on my face. Life ain't fair. We get Rebecca. Now we get Rebecca instead of Jimmy Lee.
Well, that's what the vault will give you. We're going to have some of those with the vault.
Yes.
Jimmy Lee. Listen, Jimmy Lee was unflappable.
I'll never forget. NASCAR also runs in Nashville and St. Louis. Roger, Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville. Yeah, they started running Nashville again.
We got to go to one. Let's go to NASCAR.
St. Louis started running a couple years ago again too. I think it was 2 years ago, and they started running St. Louis again. So there's a bunch of tracks in the area. I guess the closest one would probably be Texas.
Listen, if you drink beer, it'd be your heaven.
Well,
I mean,
Josh,
you can take your own stuff and it's still BYOB.
Josh, the funniest thing, and we'll go ahead and go to break, Raj. Tommy, we were going down, and I know what we were going down. We were going down to I guess the Trojans were in the Sun Belt at this time. So we were going down to the Dallas area, somewhere in Texas. It wasn't Dallas. It was wherever the team that the Trojans were playing for a chance maybe to get to the championship. They were playing well. So I'm following Tommy and Karen Smith, and we're trying to get to the hotel. And we pull up. Tommy gets out. There's not many lights on in the lobby, I was noticing, when we pulled up. And I could tell it was a very big hotel, Roger, a very big hotel, Josh. And Tommy gets out, and he tries to open the doors, and the doors don't open. And I back away I back the car up and realize we are at the racetrack in wherever the racetrack is in Texas. We have pulled up to the racetrack thinking that it's the hotel we're staying at.
Texas Motor Speedway.
Texas Motor Speedway at like 9 o'clock at night. And oh my gosh, they got lost, but Tommy and Karen got to fight, and I go, oh my gosh. But Roger, if you could have seen the expression on Tommy's trying to pull the door, and I'm thinking, where's everybody at? And he's like, well, no hotel here tonight. Anyway, we'll
it's like the first vacation. We're the first ones here. We're gonna have a great spot, man. We're gonna have a great spot.
How far is Daytona from you, Baz, in Florida?
Opposite
side, or is that?
I think it's 6 hours from Panama City, 5-6 hours. I don't know that for sure.
Is that Gulf side?
Yeah, Panama City is the Gulf side. I'm telling you, that Daytona was one of the craziest events. The volume of people, the speed, the noise. Oh my gosh, it was an experience, and it took us forever to get back.
But it's so awesome. Listen, and I'm assuming you can still do it. I don't know how long it's been for Scott and I to be there. It may be a dozen years, but you're taking your own booze. Yeah. You're smoking in there. I mean, obviously, with all that fuel and everything, cigarettes ain't doing nothing.
You've been to Talladega, right? Yeah.
I've not been to Talladega. But Brian Duncan's brother and I, Dwayne, when we went to North Carolina for the whatever bowl we were in out then, we went through, just it's right over there. But
Josh,
we weren't able to make it.
Talladega is, that's the ultimate in Southern NASCAR craziness infield.
Daytona's like the crown jewel, but Talladega is the, it's the same type of race.
Hello, you got a movie named after it.
Right, and the kind of people that show up. Yeah, that's kind of the real American race, it feels like.
All right, got a busy weekend. We'll talk more about that. So if you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037.
I'm getting my NASCAR picks as well on that same 661-1037. I'm getting mine. I don't know where I might be going, but I like these picks that somebody have. Hamlin, you've already got. I mentioned Logano, and then there's Reddick and Larson that somebody's throwing out, and those are great picks. Somebody
says people lose their clothes at Talladega. I don't doubt that.
They didn't bring them clothes.
It's almost like the golf tournament last week. People go nuts.
Well, it was who's our guy, the DJ that was the mayor of Cabot?
Stubby,
his brother.
Yeah, I know.
Well, his brother, rest in peace.
Yeah,
it was a tradition, but they went on the infield.
They did,
and
that's a whole new
the
world,
infield
man.
at Talladega is Mardi Gras without the beads. I mean, from what I've heard.
Someone says Baz is a horn dog. Tell him to Chase Elliott's mom is hot, dark hair. We'll Google during the break.
All right, horn dog.
Back at Oaklawn. And I want to say thanks to everyone who stopped by the Oaklawn Sportsbook last Saturday during Toby Keith Day at the track to say hello to me and Roger. And even though the NFL and college football seasons are over, there's still plenty to wager on with the Oaklawn Sports app, especially college basketball and March Madness right around the corner. Plus, Oaklawn Sports is now offering a new and easy way to fund and withdraw your balance straight to your bank account with ACH VIP Preferred e-check. It makes it easier than ever to bet your favorite games on the Oaklawn Sports app with no fees involved, so download it today. And if horse racing, the casino, the sports book, great restaurants, the Astral Spa, and amazing hotel isn't enough, there is great music and comedy entertainment coming to Oaklawn, like Los Lobos, Mitchell Tenpenny, Better Than Ezra, and some really big names to be announced in the coming days. Go to Oaklawn.com for all the details and to book your reservations, buy your tickets, and reserve your seats at the track. Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
If there's anything green in your yard right now, it's probably a weed, and you need to do something about it. Weed control and fertilization service from Sanders Ground Essentials is easier and less expensive than doing nothing or even trying to do it yourself. 315-9395 or go online at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
It's time for the payroll company's top 9 distractions while working. You've probably done some of these too. In no particular order. Surfing the internet, checking social media, texting, bathroom breaks, socializing with coworkers, snack breaks, coffee breaks, breaks from taking breaks, and scribbling things in your notebook. How else do you get through boring meetings? The payroll company knows that your most important resource is your workforce. So let us do the stuff you don't have time for, and you can keep your workforce on task. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
I'm Supreme Court Justice Barbara Webb, and I'm excited to announce my candidacy for the position of Chief Justice. From private practice to prosecuting attorney to justice on the Supreme Court, my over 4 decades of courtroom experience have more than prepared me for this opportunity. I'll be an experienced and prepared Chief Justice with a fresh perspective on how to tackle our biggest problems, and that's exactly what Arkansans deserve. I'll focus on reducing case backlogs, expanding public access to the court, and modernizing our current systems and processes to save time and create efficiencies. Most importantly, I will uphold the rule of law and protect our Constitution. That's what I've done my entire life, and that's what I'll do as your next Chief Justice. With your support, I will continue to be a fair and independent voice that all Arkansans can trust.
Remember, early voting begins February 20th, and Election Day is March 5th. Paid for by the Barbara Webb for Chief Justice Committee.
Skeletor stole my radio, and I want to hear Gluttony Unplugged this Saturday at 9 a.m.
Skeletor has never stooped so low.
I want to hear Scott Romine for myself. Do something, He-Man.
By the power of Gluttony.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Matt Steele in Bryant, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Justin Stewart in Malvern today.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
Join Fitz Hill, the Doctor of Football, each Thursday night at 7 for the West Rock Coffee Recruiting Intelligence Report. The Doctor of Football will keep you up to date with the latest recruiting analysis. Brought to you in part by Ortho Rehab, Express Airport Parking, Diamond Medical, Blue Train, and Authentic Manhood. Only on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Always make sure to say please and thank you. Morning Mayhem is back on the air, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Mr. Callahan, I need your John Hancock on these reports.
John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Duh.
Great Chris Farley. A lot of clips on Chris Farley yesterday all over the all over social media. So good.
Oh yeah.
That's our man Justin Moore. Brantley Gilbert, more middle finger. He's playing tonight in Florida. I think the Hatchers are going to be there with him, too.
What?
Yeah, Hatchers are going to be down there in Sunrise.
The Hatchers are taking a trip without us?
I know.
What are they thinking?
How dare they?
Yes.
You know what?
More middle fingers.
All right, Dan Hampton coming up for the last time this year at 7 o'clock. Also, too, big congrats to the Trojans. We talked about yesterday, Darrell Walker. We had him on. They knock off the number one team in the Ohio Valley Conference, Morehead State, 69-68, a thriller. I listened to it, Roger, on the way back from the Mainline Sports Bar at Oaklawn. Ray Tucker on the call. It was really good. I thought, oh, Lord, don't lose this game. So big win for them. They go to 9-4 in the conference, 15-11 overall. They'll play Saturday at 3 o'clock, or basically 30 minutes after the women's game concludes. Play Southern Indiana. So, hey, if you want to get there and help them, plus they're giving away another $2,000 for somebody who can make a layup or a shot. So they gave away $4,000 last night.
Wow,
So again,
somebody must have won a game show or something.
I know. And if you win, if you use the word buzz, you get in for $5. You know, you get your ticket for $5. It's an easy deal.
Some great college basketball for $5.
Yeah, heck of a deal.
Yep.
As we mentioned, also Caitlin Clark sets the all-time scoring record. Scored 49 last night. Shoots it from basically the logo to break the record, and she does have, according to everybody, an extra year. It may be that COVID situation.
And why wouldn't she?
But she's not going to come back, is she? She's going to go to pro.
Why wouldn't she?
Why don't you come back?
You think she would?
Yeah, she'll make just as much money. She's like the biggest.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. We mentioned also, too, you got baseball in action. The Trojans play at 12. Their game's been moved up because of weather. They play Wichita State right here in Little Rock. You can go catch that. We'll talk with Chris Curry a little bit later. I'm wearing my Razorback jersey, baseball jersey. They play today at 2. I may try to catch that game, Roger. I'm going up to Fayetteville today. I may try to hop in. Hagen Smith is pitching. You've got two of the best pitchers in the country going at it today, both up in Little Rock and in Fayetteville. So if you want to see some great pitching, watch the Trojans and the Razorbacks. Hey, did you see? And we also mentioned Daytona 500 this weekend in the All-Star NBA All-Star game this Sunday. Did you guys see where the coach from Georgia State stepped down?
You mentioned that last night.
It's embarrassing.
He didn't step down. He went to South Carolina.
But he stepped down from his position and responsibility at Georgia State to take a tight end's job at South Carolina. The bad thing about it is he did not do a great job at Georgia State. You know, they never won a conference. He's 41-44, so they were probably close to firing him anyway. But the thought is, you leave your team 10 days before spring practice begins. Come on, man. I mean,
Now they've had to change that.
Huh?
Now they've had to
they had to cancel it. They had to cancel it. So now you let down all these kids. You led them to believe that you were the coach in this time. And I know opportunity is important, but it's also obligation. I mean, where's your obligation?
Sean Elliott is the coach's name?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
41-44.
So the deal is his family is still in Columbia, South Carolina, and he did not miss one of his son's football games this year, which I've not heard of that ever happening for a college football coach to not miss their kids' game.
Chad Morris, I think, did that.
Yes, Friday night.
Chad Morris would leave the team and watch. Yeah, he got some hot water for that. Yes,
that's not great, but also you're seeing now. I mean, a lot of these guys, it's about getting to the next, like either the NFL or going and taking a position coaching job at another school, because I don't think Georgia State was going to be very good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem him doing it. I have a problem doing it now.
Yeah, no,
that's my issue.
I don't love it, but,
I don't like it at all. Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Hafley left Boston College.
It's another example of why I'm all about why the kids should be getting their money if they can and be able to portal.
I'm here. Also, too, I want to say congratulations to Eric Jackson, who is a former GM at Oaklawn.
Yeah.
Wayne Smith is now, but he's going into the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame tonight, Roger.
Oh, congrats.
And he goes into the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame April 18th. So he has both of those.
Yeah, well, listen.
Great guy, great mind.
Everybody that gets to see Eric Jackson, go ahead, shake his hand, and tell him congratulations. Words. But the most important part is
why
I bet Miss Linda is going to be a smoke show tonight.
Well, and speaking of smoke shows, I did look up Chase Elliott's wife. Mom, excuse me. And she is a cutie. She looks like one of my exes. I almost like, wow.
Uh-oh.
Wow. That's almost wow. Especially when she was younger and she was with when Chase was still racing. Like, holy cow.
Well, hold on. So did you just Google Chase Elliott's mom?
I did.
You sicko.
Here's one that said, hey, Josh, who was FDU and LIU?
FDU is Fairleigh Dickinson. LIU is LIU Brooklyn.
Did you hear what happened last night?
No.
So they're playing each other, but FDU, the players got stuck in an elevator apparently, but coming from the locker room to the court, and they had to postpone. They had either stop the game, postpone the game, or stop the game. They had to get the fire department in to get them out.
That's some low-level college hoops for you.
Roger, what would you don't like to be?
Yeah, she looks like her.
You don't. Yeah, I know. You don't like to be. You're sort of claustrophobic. Have you ever been stuck in an elevator?
No. No.
You think you'd panic if you were in an elevator? You'd be fine.
I think I've seen enough Wesley Snipes movies to know to climb through the top.
But what happens if it crashes while you're trying to get through and it cuts you in half? We've seen that happen before. A lot of horror movies.
Yeah, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
All right, Dan Hampton coming up for the last time this year.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
If you have a problem, turn off your station.
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
Hi, folks. It's David BAZZEL out here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. 0% financing is back at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. That's right. Backed by popular demand, 0% financing for 72 months on new Ram 1500s at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. And you'll save 10% off new Ram Heavy Duties 23 and 24 models. Come in today and pick up that new Ram that you've been waiting for. But that's not all. It's Ram Horsepower Days, so Fletcher is discounting every new Dodge Charger and Challenger thousands of dollars off MSRP. The more horsepower, the bigger the discount. They have a great selection, but with deals like these, they'll go fast, so hurry in for the best selection. At Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And they promise you a hassle-free buying experience. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. So for the best selection, lowest price, and best buying experience, go see my friends at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood, or you can shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
One man can't make a team.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Thanks for being part of the Buzz team.
Shut up!
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The Arkansas Attorney General's office Thursday announced the arrest of a Benton man on charges related to child pornography. 40-year-old Eric Brown faces a dozen counts of distributing, possessing, or viewing sexually explicit content involving a child. Attorney General Tim Griffin says Brown's arrest is a follow-up to the arrest last week of 27-year-old Regina Allen. She, too, is from Benton and faces similar charges. Both have been booked into the Saline County Jail. Central Arkansas fans of Taylor Swift can dive into the pop star's world like never before. A 10-week literary course centered on the iconic singer-songwriter will kick off in March. The course, titled Dear Reader, will dig into Swift's discography and how her writing relates to classic literature. Swifties and bookworms alike will engage in discussions about Swift's lyrics, the stories behind them, and how they connect to books with similar themes. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
The Arkansas RV Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. You can win a new $14,000 Rockwood camper from the Arkansas RV Show this weekend.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Hey, Joe Klein, got a couple of questions for you. Did you know that Corky's Barbecue has 2 great locations here in Central Arkansas?
Yes, Roger, I knew that. I've been telling you that for years.
But did you know they have drive-thrus at both locations so I don't have to get out of my car?
Yes, Roger.
But did you know this, that Corky's Barbecue can cater a wedding or office party?
Have you ever seen anything we do for the Buzz, the golf tournaments, countdown to kickoff? Yes, Corky's caters and does bulk orders. Who do you think brings all that barbecue, slaw, baked beans, and all the fixings to these events?
Fair enough. But, Joe, I bet you didn't know this, that Corky's has private rooms available.
I don't even know why I talk to you.
It's because we're best friends. Now, all this talk about Corky's Barbecue is making me hungry. How about we run on over to one of them, grab some ribs?
Really? But you don't even pay.
Hey, that reminds me. I need a couple of gift cards.
Whatever, we're done here.
Let Corky's do all the work. For groups of 10 or more, whether it's for your cherished family gathering or your office party, this year, let the experts handle it.
Metro Towing and Recovery can handle all your towing needs. With operations all over Central Arkansas, it doesn't matter what your towing needs are, we can handle it. We can tow or haul just about anything from motorcycles to industrial equipment. No matter what your towing needs are, Metro Towing and Recovery can tow your vehicle to where it needs to go and get there safely without you having to worry about any extra damage being caused along the way. For all your towing needs, call Metro Towing and Recovery at 501-225-3974. Since 1976, that's Metro Towing and Recovery. You call and we haul.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience, designed for easy operation, and feature performance-matched attachments. Right now, at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0 APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $300 on select equipment. Stop by River Valley Tractor or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
At 103.7 The Buzz, we love to hear from you, but we know that sometimes you just don't have time to wait your turn on the phone. So don't wait. Shoot us a text at the Southern Structural Solutions text line at 501-614-1037. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, high school or the pros, hit us up on the Southern Structural Solutions text line, 501-614-1037.
Right now at Fort Thompson's, Grand Refuge 3.0 waiter, $239.99. Avery Breathable WC waiter, $239.99. Federal Blue Box 12-gauge 3-inch number 2s, $149.99. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood.
If you're looking to update your home decor, then go see our friends at Coffin by Design West. At Coffin by Design West, they have design specialists on staff that can help you with your decisions on any updates to your home. They have over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces such as sofas, dining tables, design throw pillows, lighting, and chairs that arrive daily. For those of you who like the aromatique candles, you can find those and also gift cards. Located out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road, or go to the web at coffinlumber.com.
This is Pat Bradley. Tune in every Tuesday when I join Justin and Wes in the Zone. Brought to you by River City Flooring. Visit rivercityflooringinc.com, rivercityflooringinc.com.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And you can change.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, 7:06. I want to thank Oaklawn for being our studio sponsor now for multiple years and a great partner. 4 days of racing starting today. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on President's Day. We won't be doing the show Monday, which is a rarity for us on President's Day. We normally do the show, but so we'll be away from you. We'll miss you, but I hope everybody who gets off enjoys that day. And you do it at Oaklawn if you want to. Also, big announcement coming up at 7:30. Big announcment. Not just one, but two things that we are bringing to Morning Mayhem. I think everybody's going to be excited about hearing both, so be tuned into 7:30 for that announcement. Also, too, we'll visit with Chris Curry and maybe Darrell Walker today with what's happened with the Trojans. Happy for them. But this is our last call. It's been a long road with our man Dan Hampton, our last call of the year, Roger. Let's check in.
It's now time to talk to former Razorback and NFL Hall of Famer Dan Hampton, presented by Metro Towing and Recovery. You call, we haul. And by Central Termite and Pest Control, locally owned and operated since 1957. Live from Chicago, here is Dan Hampton.
Good morning, Dan.
Well, gentlemen, I just want you to know I give rave reviews to the Hot Springs development of the casino and the racetrack and the conference center.
Yes,
had a great time with the folks with McGeorge Heavy civil construction last weekend, and wish I could have seen you, but I got a chance to go out and look at the winner's circle once again.
You know what, Dan?
good,
For
very good.
and that's probably, is that the first time you've been over there since they built the hotel and expanded the casino and all the things?
Long time, 20 years plus.
Wow. A different place now, isn't it? It's, there's not another track in America that has all that.
Well, hey, but there's not another track in America that has Arkansas, right? I mean, it's just,
exactly.
The whole thing is just great, and I saw Rocky's bar across the street. They still got a mural of some of us Razorbacks on the wall. Hey,
nice.
You can't make it up. It was just a great little time to be back in Arkansas.
Well, I'm sure everybody enjoyed you. I did, but before we get into wrapping up football, I did see last night, Roger and I were actually at Oaklawn at the Mainline Sports Bar last night, but I saw a tweet from the Steve McMichael family that he had to go to the emergency room with suspected pneumonia, which is obviously very concerning in his condition. And I love what they said. Thank you. We'll let you know. We'll inform you as we have more updates. The McMichael family, Team Mongo. Have you heard anything more than that? That's not a good sign, and that's always a scary thing.
No, but obviously, it's that time of year. A lot of viruses in the middle of winter, and when a body is sedentary like Steve has been now for over 2 years, it's a very easy target for infection. So we can only send our prayers, and we only can wish our best.
Well, I've told everybody. I told them Monday after the game, Dan, if you've got a few minutes, Google the CBS piece on Steve McMichael. It was my favorite of the day. Very moving. You were in it. A bunch of the other Bears were in it, and it was a fantastic piece. And same thing. Just can you get him? Can you get him to Canton by August? That's what obviously the goal would be, and we hope that happens.
And obviously it's been a long time coming, but now it's like I used to tell everybody, what do you think about Mongo going to the Hall of Fame? I said, well, we're in Cleveland. We're not quite to Canton. Not yet, but that's the way we're going to approach it.
Nice. What'd you think of the game? Obviously, they do it again. The Chiefs pull it out, and Mahomes is the man. That's why I wasn't going to bet against him. He always finds a way to get it done.
Well, two things. Number one, the 49ers, you can say what you want. I thought they squandered a wonderful opportunity. Their game plans just really didn't fit the moment. But the second thing that jumps out is, for the first, say, 40 minutes of the game, it was really a poorly played game. Penalties, confusion. It was like they were checking each other out. And then by the end of the regulation, Mahomes had gotten into a rhythm, and the 49ers, their defense was wore down, and he was able to do what he wanted. The thing that jumps out at me after it's all said and done, hey, the over-under was 47. Do the math. The total points, 47. How do they do it? I don't know.
I know. With the overtime, I mean, it is.
Because we know what we're doing, Dan.
So we conclude the season. We conclude the NFL and college season. What do you think the offseason? What do we need to see with the Razorbacks? Obviously, did not have the kind of campaign we wanted this past year. You've added Bobby Petrino. What do we want to see in spring, Dan, to make sure we feel like they're on their way back to respectability?
Well, two things. Number one, obviously, hey, this is Sam Pittman's, last run at not only success but getting a program verified. One that we can say, hey, over the next 10 years, we know we're not only going to be able to compete, but we're going to have a chance to win. Think about this. Saban's gone. There's going to be a lot of other, flux in the SEC. If Bobby Petrino can make the type of impact that he's made so many times, so many places, then this is going to be a very, very, opportune time. But it's got to start right now, lifting weights, running, training, and then the spring ball, that session, get things put in. Because at no time last year did our offense look like a well-oiled machine. They look like it was grab bag from start to finish, and that's got to be addressed. It's got to start right now.
We're visiting with Dan Hampton, brought to you by Metro Towing and Central Termite and Pest Control. We appreciate them sponsoring Dan for a second year back-to-back. Metro, I think, even longer than that. Yeah, that's where you become a winner, Dan. It obviously is in the off season. It's getting stronger. It's getting faster. It's in spring practice. I saw it last year. I knew we were in trouble last year watching us in spring practice, and so and then you got to get better in the summer too. Speaking of college, I did want to bring up, and I know speaking of sad things, and speaking of what Steve McMichael's going through, we lost Dean Weber over the weekend, and I know, obviously, that Dean was special to you, Dean was special to me, and thousands of other athletes. I want to give you a chance maybe to talk about him for a second.
We all loved Dean Weber. There was, of the last 40 years, in so many different ways, forms, and fashions, hey, Dean has been the constant.
Yep.
Coaches left, athletic directors left, different people come and go. Dean Weber was the constant. And let me just say this. My boys, Doc and Randy and all my guys, they wanted to go to a game a year and a half ago, and Dean Weber, above and beyond, stood up, found ways to accommodate them, and it was a cold Ole Miss victory night. And my guys, they were so thankful, and we appreciated him so much. But from not, what he was able to do for each and every, athlete, to what he was able to do each and every year for the team, keeping players, in a position where they could, play and not be out 8 weeks, 5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was. But his sense of humor and his love of the Arkansas Razorback program, it will live on, and we love Dean Weber.
You think about it, Roger. Just think about it. So Dean Weber, he had a chance to take care of and obviously be the trainer all the way from Sidney Moncrief and Dan Hampton to Darren McFadden. He covered all those decades.
What a timeline.
That's right. Doing the same thing, taking care of those players, taping ankles, evaluating injuries, working through tough times, all the way back to the 70s with Sidney and Dan, all the way to Darren McFadden in the 2000s. I mean, that's just mind-boggling that all those coaches that he had.
Yeah, listen, how many people like that are around anymore? David mentioned yesterday that Sidney Moncrief had told him about how tight Dean would do that.
He said he taped us like we were football players. He said we could barely walk. The tape job was so tight. And then Red came in. I know you remember Red. I think Red took over, and then Dave England ended up taking over basketball for sure. But he said Dean gave him the football tape job.
And we used to tell those basketball players, "Suck it up." That's the way men do
it. So Dan, from what about in the NFL? Anybody next year? You put your money. If you had to lay money now, you go back with the Chiefs for another repeat, or is there somebody else you think that maybe can break through?
I think hey, look, there's a lot of issues with the devastating, consequences of that parade.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of reasons. After you win, a team kind of immolates, their leaders, and I can see them struggling. Now, that being said, you got to think somehow, some way, the 49ers will get it back, in some form or fashion to be maybe the NFC's best team. And think about this: they had 9 Pro Bowlers and 6 were, what would you call it? The stand-ins if somebody got hurt. I mean, they've got an all-star team ready to go. And in the AFC, you got to like Baltimore somehow, some way. If you keep knocking at the door, sooner or later you're going to kick it in. Baltimore and Buffalo may be the 2 inside tracks to the preseason Super Bowl favorites.
Dan, what do you do now? Because obviously you do media in Chicago during football season. You do it with us, and so when Dan Hampton takes the season off, or when he concludes the season, do you have a vacation getaway plan, or you just got to lay low there in Chicago? What do you do in the off season?
Gina and I, we've been in Florida for well over a month. As we are talking, I'm headed to Naples, Florida, to see my daughter and to see John Daly. I talked to John yesterday. He's down competing at Tiburon in the senior golf tournament. And, hey, we're just going to get around Florida till it warms up, till the ice thaws up back up in Chicago.
Well, it's funny. Justin Moore, our morning show partner, is performing tonight in Sunrise, which is right outside of Fort Lauderdale, and I think he's one other place in Florida. And listen, Roger, I can't think of a more a crazier combination than Dan Hampton and John Daly hanging out together.
Oh.
That may be the greatest combination of two of the biggest personalities in the history of the University of Arkansas. Of course, Daly's a close buddy of ours, too. You know, Dan, he was actually in school with me. He was a freshman when I was a senior. Not the same John Daly today, but, yeah, he's one of a kind, man. And you two hanging out together, I guess you've done that on occasion, and I'm sure that's always a lot of fun.
And there's only one John Daly, and, you know, that beard, I told him, hey, dude, you're starting to look like something off of a Lucky Charms.
Well, listen, there's only one Dan Hampton, and that is you, and we appreciate you, your commitment to us and in Arkansas, and that this is just one way I know you can give back to those Arkansas fans and football fans by doing a call with us each week, and we've enjoyed it. Enjoy your time off, and I'm sure we'll talk soon about something. We may call you out of the blue about something crazy and get you on with us.
Morning Mayhem's the way to go, guys. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Go Hogs, and I can't wait till next year.
Awesome. Thanks,
Go
Dan.
Hogs.
Have a great one. Thanks,
Go
buddy.
Dan. Way to
Appreciate
go.
that.
Wow, there it is.
Can I tell you, I would pay to see like a podcast or like a camera following around John Daly and Dan Hampton.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I tell you, Josh, now Dan, I don't know if he does it much anymore. Dan back in the day could throw down a few and have some fun. Now, he's 6'6". You know,
wow, that's surprising.
275. So you can imagine him out and about, and with a few beverages in him, and of course, you know what Daly is. Did you see the clip of Daly and Toby Keith?
No.
So there's a clip of Daly and Toby Keith. It looks like it was before the beard, so it was some of the last year, and basically Toby walks on John Daly's bus, and he said, "Give me that guitar," and so he's got this sort of a joke song that he sings to Daly. And anyway, it just shows the sort of the star power of John Daly that he's got
no doubt.
Toby Keith walking in. And,
absolutely.
Coming here short, we got a big announcement coming up at 7:30.
Big announcement,
we'll
Josh.
Take the break of two big positive things coming to Morning Mayhem.
Do you know who they are?
I know one.
You know one.
Yes.
Listen, Josh knows one.
We're on a need-to-know basis.
Listen, I'm on a need-to-know basis. Last night, because I had the extra gig for Arvis down in Hot Springs, Baz, he went to my house. Where are you? I said, well, I'm on the road. He goes, well, we're not going. And I said, you forgot I'm going to have to stay late. Now, you want to come hang out? You can do this. He said, well, no, I'll follow you. So we talk all the way down on the phone.
Yes.
This is our. Still didn't tell me nothing.
Catch up on business time.
You know, it was funny because yesterday we were talking about some of the stuff that's coming, and I asked Baz, hey, would you like me to start working on this? And he goes, yeah, I think that would be good. And it's like, why am I having to beat the answer?
Well, it's because I'm juggling a lot of balls.
I gotta beat the work out of him.
I'm juggling a lot of balls.
Like, hey, let me do my job. And
yes.
He's like, sure, I guess
Let me help you. Let me help you.
Exactly.
No. And there's a part of me that just wants to know.
Right.
I feel like I'm supposed to know. And that's it.
661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show. We'll visit with Chris Curry. Congratulations to Darrell Walker and the men's basketball team. Gigantic win last night. Listen, since the Razorbacks aren't going to any tournament, we want the Trojans to go to the tournament.
We do. You know, here's one thing. Because the Razorback basketball and football team, basketball's still going on. Because of that, because of their less than stellar seasons on both accounts, it has afforded us the opportunity to catch up with some of the other champions in this state. Namely, Josh is wearing one of the hoodies right now of he just took it off, but is the Harding.
Yes.
The world champion.
We want to celebrate anybody in Arkansas who wins.
And UALR, listen, we listen. They're right in our hometown, and we don't do it. We don't go see Chris Curry.
Yeah, we'll visit with Chris a little bit later. Yeah, we're rooting for. And listen, the Trojan baseball team is going to be good. The Razorback baseball team is going to be good. UCA softball. You know, they beat the Razorback women's team last year. So they're good, too. So,
David,
we want to celebrate winning in this state.
I should take my grandsons to a UALR game to watch some great basketball. And then I should also give them the pop lesson of going, do you know who that coach is?
Yes.
Darrell Walker.
Yes.
Let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Walker. When he came down from Chicago, I think he spent a year or two at Fort Smith. Did he?
Yeah, he did. At community college, yeah.
And then he went on to the university.
He got a World Championship ring and an All-American ring as well.
Let me show you a picture of him and Texas coach Abe Lemon's grandson.
I know he got into
Let me
that,
show you that. Oh, are you kidding me? Because the man had fight in him.
Did you all see this about Dan being a Jeopardy clue recently?
Yeah, I did. I saw it. It was a couple days ago. Yeah, I saw that.
Dan Hampton?
Yeah, he was.
He's not just a pretty face.
Exactly.
Hey, so if you also, too, even though we're not going to be doing the show Monday, we'll be traveling to Moore Mountain in Poen, Arkansas for the first time ever. Morning Mayhem actually takes the show. We can't get Justin to come back in studio, so we're taking the studio to Justin.
And he will not be on when we start the show. He'll be on at his regular time at 7-ish, 7:15.
I want to make sure we get Kate on. You know, we have.
No doubt.
Kate always texts. She never gets on the.
Listen, we're going to take cameras. I just remembered. We got to take the cameras to do that.
And the kids, we'll help you. Roger and I will help get the kids off to school. We'll do that. That'll be for Uncle Roger and Uncle Baz.
I'll pack the lunches. I'll do the lunches. We'll get that out there as well.
I wish Justin was here to hear this because his head would explode. So have you heard the latest? We mentioned about Beyonce and about her maybe going country for her next album. Well, so apparently a source is saying that Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus could come together on Beyonce's next album. They would all sing Jolene together. It says here, the rumor mill is chugging along these days with talks of Beyonce teaming up also with Taylor Swift. Uh-oh, do we hear? I hear a spot running.
It's okay. It's all doing it again. I don't know. Go ahead. Taylor Swift.
Anyway, yeah. So now apparently Taylor Swift is also in this mix. And so, Josh, we haven't played that yet. What'd you say the name of it was? It's some kind of card game, isn't it?
We got to get it out.
Like Hold'em something.
Texas Hold'em, maybe.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
So anyway, Justin said, and he's right. I don't need any more competition. It's hard enough to get radio plays as it is. There's 9,000 people in the country music genre. And then the other thing, remember, what is the other thing that drives Justin crazy about Nashville? About what country music artists do in Nashville?
Open up a bar.
Morgan Wallen is opening a bar in Nashville. He's the next one. We'll talk about that. Also, too, Simmons Bank Arena tonight. This is from Michael Marion. Monica, Ashanti, Maya, and others for a great night of R&B music tonight. Josh, did I get those right?
Yeah.
Monica, Ashanti, and Maya?
I'm not sure about her.
Is it Ashanti or Shantae?
Ashanti.
Is it Shanti?
Yeah.
Is it Sade or Sadie?
All right, we're going to take a break, come back with our big announcement coming up here in just a few minutes. Don't go away.
Guarantee that the one you love is gonna love you. Oh, loving
This is Sports Center.
It's opening day for Arkansas Razorbacks baseball. They have a 4-game series coming up this weekend with the James Madison Dukes. The Hogs come into the season top 5 in every single poll in America. This weekend's schedule, first pitch today against JMU is at 2 o'clock. On Saturday, it's also a 2 o'clock first pitch. Sunday's first pitch is at 1 p.m. And then Monday, game 4 of the series will be a noon first pitch. All of those games you can catch here on 103.7 The Buzz, and also you can catch them on the SEC Network Plus. 5 games for Razorback softball this weekend at the Bear Down Fiesta in Tucson, Arizona. They'll take on Long Beach State at noon, and then the Arizona Wildcats at 5. Tomorrow they'll take on Omaha at 12:30 and Arizona once again at 3, and they conclude the weekend against Omaha at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great-tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Hey, it's David Basil for Edwards Food Giant. On Morning Mayhem, we love talking about family-owned businesses here in Arkansas, and that includes Edwards Food Giant, the meat people. For the past 60 years, the Edwards family has been taking care of Arkansans with grocery stores across the state, and even after 6 decades, they are continuing to grow. But if you ask my mother, Mama Baz, it's not the number of stores in the Edwards Food Giant chain or their amazing meat and deli departments. For her, it's simple, customer service. It's now become one of her favorite places to shop just because of the way she's treated. Of course, the prices are always outstanding at Edwards, and the stores are always immaculate. Then you throw in new additions like curbside pickup and their great website, edwardsfoodgiant.com. It all adds up to make the Edwards experience easy and rewarding. Speaking of rewards, you can also shop, earn, and save with the Edwards Reward Program. Ask about it the next time you visit or read about it online at edwardsfoodgiant.com. And just like a great Arkansas family-owned business, Edwards also loves to give back to their community. Find the Edwards Food Giant nearest you today.
There are trucks, and then there is the truck. GMC's tough and rugged Sierra Denali heavy-duty pickup. And just for playing at Saracen Casino Resort during February, you could win one from Smart GMC. Winning is as easy as simply playing your favorite Saracen games. Play for your chance to be driving home a GMC Denali HD pickup this month. It's not just any truck, and Saracen Casino is not just any casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson here with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs. Spring is coming and everyone is getting ready to get outside. So if you need your trailer serviced or repaired, let us help you out, or you may be needing a trailer to get your golf cart to the golf course, or you need a trailer for work, or if you just need to buy a new trailer for recreational use. Let us help you at HJ Trailer Sales with one of the best service departments in the state. Visit us in Hot Springs or check us out on Facebook or at hjtrailersales.com.
Hey, everybody, this is NFL Hall of Famer Dan Hampton, and I love hanging out with Baz and the boys on The Buzz. Tune in every morning so you can get the news just like I do.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, 7:29 here on Morning Mayhem. Thank you so much for listening. We can't do it without you. We appreciate all of you, every single one of you, and we got a lot. There's a lot of listeners on the show, and we're humbled by it every day.
For sure.
Josh, you made the point. Big win by the Trojans last night, but they're playing again Saturday night or Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And you've had some people ask.
Hershey on YouTube asks, UALR basketball, $5?
Yeah, that's right. So all you have to do is go in, you go to the door and go, hey, I'm going to use the Buzz code, and you're a $10 ticket is half price, $5. And so again, that's general admission. So or you can buy your ticket online, $5 by putting in Buzz code, and then they're going to give away another $2,000. To some lucky participant there who comes to the game. Last night, apparently, KK Robinson, his brother, won the $4,000. It was $4,000. I do want to thank Merritt Dyke for all his help in promoting Trojan basketball. I don't know if I don't know how that works. How KK Robinson's brother, who was the star player, happened to get out with a chance to win the $4,000.
Let me ask you this: is his brother a basketball player?
Yeah, apparently he's a high school player.
Oh.
I know.
Listen, anything, it could be a coincidence. I know. It could be a coincidence because you don't have to cover things up these days.
That's right. By the way, KK Robinson, who's a Bryant kid, right, Roger? I think he went to Bryant, goes to Fayetteville, things don't work out, goes to A&M, transfers back.
50-50 chance for me to say yes or no.
Yeah, you say yes, yeah. So that Saline County is to turn out good basketball. And so, anyway, 21 points last night. He was 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 of 7 from three-point land, and just had a great game. He was a star player along with Mikael Mitchell, who also scored 12 points off the bench. So big win for the Trojans last night. They play again Saturday. Go out there and support them. We'd like to see a team in Arkansas get to the tournament. If possible. Arkansas State, big win over the leader of the Sun Belt, Troy. There was a brawl in the Arkansas State game, women's game with Southern Miss, so they did lose that game. Baseball today, we'll visit with Chris Curry shortly from the Trojans. Razorbacks play 2 o'clock. I may be at that game, Roger.
Cool.
I'm dressed appropriately.
Sure you are.
I got my, what does my shirt say, Roger?
It says, Omaha, what does that say, 2022 men's college?
Remember this when we went to the World Series with the Hatchman.
I sat in front of Joe Klein's newest nemesis, Coach Kevin Kelly.
Oh, that's right.
At that game.
All right, so here's we've been talking about trying to do things to make this show better, and we try, not that me and Raj and Justin Moore and Josh is not enough in itself.
Thanks for
saying that. But we want to add segments that we think you would enjoy. That's why we've done all the Houston Nuts and the Dan Hamptons and the Mark Mays and Walt Coleman and so forth. And so we continue to try to find segments that we think you would like. And so we've added already this year Bill Vickery. On Mondays We've added Chris Kane is on Mondays as well. We've added the great Craig O'Neill, which has already been a lot of fun. It's going to be even more fun. Yeah. But we've got 2 new additions we want to announce. We're not going to announce the sponsors until Monday. We want to put out a graphic, but we did want to just let you know who we have. The first one is a guy that needs no introduction and is not only known in Arkansas, but for us to have a chance to get him on a weekly basis. Yeah. To have a call with him when people around the nation want to have him is amazing. He's doing it because he loves his state and he loves us, and we've been doing shows with him a long time. He happens to be my old classmate.
Did Dan Hampton say he's going to hook up with him?
What are the odds that Dan Hampton brought him up today? Yeah. I didn't even tell him.
Good, you didn't tell me either.
Lost against the best. This old road's been a hell of a test. I'm still driving, I ain't slowing down. There's rules I'd love to break and bend, mistakes I've made again and again. But I tell you this, my friends, I'm still around.
Come on, John.
I hit it hard, man.
Right, the one and only John Daly coming to Morning Mayhem Weekly. And we've got 2 great sponsors for him. We'll announce on Tuesday when we're back in studio. But he could get paid. We can't afford to pay him what he could make. And again, I think he just wants to stay connected to our state. And of course, Jamie, we're getting ready to go up and do a charity event with VFW in Dardanelle here in a few weeks. So
it's therapy for John.
And Josh, obviously, to get a guy like Daly when every podcast in America tries to get him, and sometimes they do. Tucker Carlson, he was with him the other day. He's a national figure.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody who's not from here, and somebody who loves golf, John Daly has always been one of the best. Might be the best character we have on the tour. There's some characters. Yeah, he is kind of the character when you think about guys on tour.
And I know some people may be some people that don't like how crazy he gets, and some mornings we may have him, and he may have been up all night.
I hope so.
But he's a good-hearted guy.
He may.
We already have him in the system as that. Of course, Roger too.
He is a good-hearted guy.
It gives so much. Yeah, it gives so much back to the community behind the scenes.
Frank Fletcher would say they come from good stock.
Yeah, we had him the other day. We was talking about Toby Keith and the pain he had losing Toby as a friend. So we're excited about that. I think we're going to have John on Tuesday morning because he's still playing. So we want to get him before he has to.
He's Dan's down there. He's playing down there.
That's what I'm saying. So you want to get him before the
end of the week. Yeah.
And the next edition, I know everybody will be excited about, and obviously you'll recognize who this is, and we're excited about getting him back. He's retired. He's just like Craig. He's retired. But I think, Roger, there's only one introduction for this guy.
All aboard.
That's right. Tommy Smith coming back to Morning Mayhem for a segment each week.
How about
that? So excited about that. He's excited about it. And it's one of those things. What has it been? 3 years? Of course, you've heard him fill in with drive time occasionally, and so we're going to get him up and do like Craig and have a segment. So you got a guy like Tommy and Craig and John Daly and Vickery, and there's maybe some more coming as well.
Anyway, I don't know who the sponsors are.
Yeah, we got a great sponsor for Tommy too.
Very good, very good. The first thing that I thought about was, will he be bringing on Shrewsbury? That's who we talked to the last couple of years with Shrewsbury.
So the other question, Josh, is that, and you go ahead and call Chris if you want to, Josh. The other thing is
he
bring.
Number?
I sent you his number. Yeah, will he bring a yellow pad in?
Yeah, he will.
Tommy, you don't have to bring in the yellow pad. This is easy peasy.
Yeah.
So we're excited. Like I said, I think he's excited to get back on. We know there's so many of you out there that love Tommy, and as we do. And I know Roger goes back how many years with Tommy? You go back in the 90s, mid-90s, early 90s?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of history there, and he wants to do it, so we're going to have some fun. But anyway, wow. I mean, you think about it, Craig O'Neill, Tommy Smith, John Daly, just right off the top, in addition to...
listen, that is Mount Rushmore there. You can put them in it for anything.
It's anyway, we're excited about it. We appreciate the sponsors. We'll announce them on Tuesday. Again, no show Monday.
Are we doing a best of?
No, we. But you know what? We will be. We'll be headed to Poyne that morning, Raj. As a matter of fact, we'll be headed to Poyne to hang out with Justin Moore. So I'm going to send. Let me do this real quick. Josh?
Also, while you did, Bez, I'm excited to have Tommy on.
Yeah, I was going to say you haven't had much.
I've met Tommy a couple times, but for a year, whether it be with you all folks around here, and then also going out and meeting listeners, the reverence people have for Tommy is, it's impressive. He's obviously a legendary figure.
He is. He's a legendary figure. And Roger, you're talking about Craig and Tommy. The fact that we can have both those guys on our show weekly is outstanding. And I think again, they're not going to come on here and spend 2-3 hours. Although some people would like that. They're retired.
And we're only for a little bit. I mean, and not so much with Tommy. He hadn't been gone that long, so it's not going to be one of those things where we're going to go, man, do you remember this?
Yeah, right.
Now with Craig, we're going to have some of his calls and some of his, and then after that. No, he doesn't want to rehash everything.
Right.
We want to move on. And Craig,
they want to talk about current things too.
Absolutely. No, they do. They do. And that's what it'll be. Well,
we're excited about it. We hope you are too. And again, we're just trying to make our morning show be as entertaining for you as we can. And we appreciate your loyalty to us. It means a lot when you come up and you say you listen to us every day or as much as you can. And we're blessed by that. Yeah. Let's go to the Hodges Glass Little Rock Glass Hotline. We got to say thank you to this guy too, Chris Curry, who is the head baseball coach for the Trojans. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. It's my morning routine. Just dropped off the kids at school and listening to Baz and Raj and Josh on my drive in here to the ballpark.
Well, you did such a good job in the surprise for Randy Rainwater and giving him his honorary degree. And Roger, as you know, Randy was very moved, had no idea that
it is my pleasure. I don't care. I can't wait to get a hold of them. And when they change the name of the school to UALRR, I will be so honored. And Chris, I want you to move my tassel over.
He does have to walk, right, Chris? What's the month that he walks?
May. I believe the ceremony's in May, so we're working on getting all the paperwork done there and getting him there. And Randy's going to come out and throw out a first pitch pretty soon, so we're excited about that. And, I got to give you guys the credit. I literally was just driving in one morning, and you guys brought that up and kind of triggered my mind and went on our school website, did the research for the protocol, and the chancellor, credit to her and her staff, turned it around, and it was a fun night, and I appreciate you guys for being there.
Well done on your part. You got it done, and I know it meant a lot to Randy. It really did. So, of course, now Randy will not take off his Little Rock Trojan hat. He sleeps in it.
It is. Listen, it was fun to be out there to see all the ball players, to see them all.
Yeah, it was
what
fun
a great
to see all
way
your
to
players.
Introduce them. That was a cool way to introduce them all and to make that fun for us in the audience. So that was good, Chris.
I appreciate it. I know that can get a little long. We have a lot of baseball players, and half of them are pitchers. So
can I tell you, Chris, you're right. I was stunned. For those that don't know, you have like 40 players, right, on your baseball roster. 40.
Yes, 40 exactly.
Back in the old days, Rod, you would have maybe 20, 25, and you're saying probably 10, 15 of those are pitchers, both relief and starters, right?
Baz, 22 of them are pitchers.
Well, that's crazy. So, why do you need so many, Chris? Good Lord.
Well, because it's hard to find good pitching. Number one. We play 4 games a week. So, for example, Jackson Wells going to pitch today.
Right.
We hope to get 5, 6, 7 good solid innings. Well, he can't throw to next Friday. Of course, we got a game tomorrow. We got a game Saturday or Sunday. We got a game Tuesday. Then you have relievers. You have left-handers. You have closers. So we run through a lot of pitchers, especially early, and you just can't have too many good arms.
I hear you.
Everybody tries to stockpile them,
Well, today you move the game back to 12 o'clock over at your complex today. At 12 o'clock is going to be the start time. You're playing Wichita State now. Speaking of the players we saw, Roger, at the deal for Randy, Jackson Wells is the pitcher today, and I didn't realize this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. He had the lowest ERA in America last year. Is that correct? At 1.65.
Number 1 ERA in the country, Jackson Wells. We pitched today at noon at Gary Hogan Field against the Wichita State Shockers. That's a storied program, by the way.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah.
They're considered, Power 5. They're well-resourced. They've got a national championship and a bunch of Omaha trips. But Jackson was a 1.65 ERA. Kind of cool. You guys mentioned Omaha. When Skeens from LSU, the great pitcher, was warming up in the national championship game, if he would have gone in and thrown 2 scoreless innings in the national championship game, he would have passed Jackson.
Oh,
but
wow.
LSU took the lead and didn't need him. Of course, we were on our couch rooting that he didn't go in, so our own Jackson Wells could be the leader. But, yeah, how cool is that, right? Rogers, Arkansas kid, and Rich Mountain Junior College. The junior colleges in the state, by the way, are doing a great job producing players. But it ought to be a good one today. We're fired up.
Okay, so you got what's great about this, Roger, and I mentioned earlier, Chris, you got two premier pitchers in our state. You got Hagen Smith in Fayetteville, the pitching today at 3, and Jackson Wells today at 12. Now, where do they project him in the draft? Where is he? Do you have a feel for that yet, on the pro level?
Well, what he's going to do, so he's a numbers producer. So the difference between Hagen Smith's up to 100, he has all the metrics and the measurables. Jackson Wells is a workman's-like pitcher. So he's going to be 88 to 92. He's a six-foot right-hander. He's going to have to produce and put up numbers over. He would be the equivalent to like a college 6-foot quarterback.
Yeah, I got you.
Just continually puts up numbers. That's Jackson. And so it will all depend on who's there that day, who likes him and how much and how high, and how he produces the metrics. That's kind of the Moneyball stuff. It all goes into it. So that's kind of Jackson's niche.
Roger, you know what Jackson Well has that many people don't have? The power of the mustache. He's got the power of the stash. Yeah, I was surprised how many kids had mustaches. I guess those are coming back now. Fayetteville's got some of them too.
Yeah, it's the Tom Selleck look is back in college baseball.
Has it?
College baseball players are the worst and the best about facial hair.
Yeah, yeah. The beards were the beards were something there for a while.
It's a competition how fast people can grow beards. The flow in the back, coming out of the back of the hat. Hair is a big deal to baseball players. Not myself, but for some reason it is.
Nice. Well, listen, it's going to be hopping on campus with you guys playing today at 12. What are your games tomorrow and Sunday, time-wise?
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to go at 2. It's going to be sunny, a little cooler. I'm a weatherman these days now that we're playing. And then Sunday at 1, that's going to be really pretty. And then Tuesday, it's 68 degrees. We got Memphis coming in. Big night last night for the Trojans, big win, and then we got another game on Saturday. So
that game's at home too.
It's a great weekend for athletic sports in general.
Well, again, after obviously we're big on the Razorbacks, as I'm a former player up there, but we love when the other schools in our state do well. So we're rooting for everybody. And listen, you guys are the favorites in the Ohio Valley Conference. Daryl's got them knocking on the door, so we're happy about that. So,
Coach. Coach. I mean, based on what he just said. And you listen to our show. I mean, it was listening to our show that helped spark getting Double R Day over there and getting that all done. So we appreciate you being a supporter of ours out there as well. When you hear us talking about some of these other schools, do you go, wait a minute, we got great athletes right here in Central Arkansas. Why aren't you talking to us? And because what we said earlier with the Razorback basketball and football team not being as good as we always hope in this state, it's given us the opportunity to pay a little bit more attention to UALR basketball, football, Cersei, and that sort of thing. Do you kind of go, come on, guys, there's a little bit more love for us? Do you think that way sometimes?
I think there's enough time for everybody to go around. If you look around the country, it's natural that everybody follows the state schools, and we get it. But you can also, in your own community where you're from, if there's a school that's close by where you're from, you can support them too. You can support both, and that's how we look at it. Of course, we play them, they play us, both want to win, but there's respect. And I think if you're in Arkansas, you just need to be proud at the level of competition here in our own state.
We are, Coach, and you know what? By that, it's time I add to my closet some Little Rock gear. That's just what I'm thinking out loud.
That means he needs to find some gear for you?
That's not what that means, but I think since you broached it, yes. Coach, I'm going to need something. I'm going to need to take a look at a couple of things that you have. I mean,
well, let's do this. Let's do this. It's a done deal, and we'll get you guys geared out when you and Baz come out to throw a first pitch.
All right.
So let it be written.
So let it be done.
Done.
Very nice.
Outstanding.
Well, Chris, good luck this season. Good luck today. We appreciate you jumping on. I'm sure we'll talk with you more during the season, and looking forward to you guys having a great year.
Thank you, fellas. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot.
All
Thanks,
right.
Coach.
Chris-
Thank
Chris
you very
Curry,
much.
good dude.
He's a good dude. And what good words he said about the folks at Highland or Coleman Dairy. You know,
Yeah.
Been
around supporting that program for a long time.
Forever. His coaches, were there when he, from Little League were
Sure
all
were.
there. Absolutely.
All right, then we'll go ahead and take the break, and we'll come back. And if you want to be a part of the show, we still got to visit with Danny West and Heather Baker and more. And but we're glad you're listening. If you missed it, Tommy Smith coming back to Morning Mayhem for a weekly segment, along with John Daly as well. That's the big news today. We're excited about it. 7:47 here at Morning Mayhem.
It really feels great when a business owner comes to us at the Buzz and trusts us to start advertising. I can remember when David Dunn, owner of Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer, visited with me about doing just that on the Buzz a couple years ago. He had been a longtime listener, but also wanted to start sharing all the tremendous positives of his business with other listeners. As the old saying goes, the rest is history. You've been hearing David Dunn talk about building long-term relationships with his customers and getting to know them personally along with their trucks. At Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer, they're looking for people who work with trucks every day, like cities and counties, construction companies, and building material suppliers. Those companies and municipalities that have trucks for delivery of their products with local offices that don't have their own shop. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer has the same computer diagnostic software as the corporate dealership, but at a lower cost and shorter wait times. It's an easy location to find. Exit 7 off I-440. That's the England exit. The phone number is 501-568-2185. That's 568-2185. It's Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer, and we're glad to have them on the Bus.
For those who push the boundaries and know no barriers, the wake up at nooners and dessert before dinner eaters, the jackpot dancers and sequined pantsers, the risk takers and heartbreakers, the hapless, the rogue, and the hopeless romantics. Our time has come. Play bold at the new Southland Casino Hotel, the Mid-South's premier gaming destination. Plan your stay at southlandcasino.com.
Chosen as one of Arkansas's best places to work 8 years in a row, Rainwater Holt & Sexton is hiring premier paralegals and legal assistants with an emphasis on bilingual Spanish-speaking candidates at all locations. Rainwater Holt & Sexton's mission is to compassionately represent injured and disabled Arkansans. With generous benefits and competitive pay, Rainwater Holt & Sexton is a destination employer hiring the best. We're also seeking bilingual Spanish-speaking attorneys to join our team. Apply today at callrainwater.com.
Tune in each week for I Didn't See That Coming on The Zone. Every Tuesday, Justin and DJ discuss those stories that cause you to raise an eyebrow. It's I Didn't See That Coming, presented by Barton's Home Outlet. Kitchens, baths, floors, and more. 100% employee-owned.
I'm Supreme Court Justice Barbara Webb, and I'm excited to announce my candidacy for the position of Chief Justice. From private practice to prosecuting attorney to justice on the Supreme Court, my over 4 decades of courtroom experience have more than prepared me for this opportunity. I'll be an experienced and prepared Chief Justice with a fresh perspective on how to tackle our biggest problems, and that's exactly what Arkansans deserve. I'll focus on reducing case backlogs, expanding public access to the court, and modernizing our current systems and processes to save time and create efficiencies. Most importantly, I will uphold the rule of law and protect our Constitution. That's what I've done my entire life, and that's what I'll do as your next Chief Justice. With your support, I will continue to be a fair and independent voice that all Arkansans can trust.
Remember, early voting begins February 20th, and Election Day is March 5th. Paid for by the Barbara Webb Chief Justice Committee.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse on 65th and University has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has it, like step bars, bed covers, toolboxes, and ladder racks, as well as gooseneck, fifth wheel hitches, and drop hitches. All this and more can be found at Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, a WeatherTech Diamond dealer, 501-568-0040, or online at arkansastruck.com, and ask about the all-new RSI Smart Cap.
Right now at Fort Thompson's, Grand Refuge 3.0 waiter, $239.99. Avery Breathable WC waiter, $239.99. Federal Blue Box 12-gauge 3-inch number 2s, $149.99. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood.
Tune in each week to Out of Bounds to hear from team captain Kendall Diggs. Omaha is the goal, and we're looking for a great season. Kendall Diggs is brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter agent Stephen Elmore or give them a call at 501-537-0959.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Me and Tommy, Christmas karaoke. 15 years ago.
Back, baby. Come on,
so embarrassing.
Man, you looking good tonight, sweetheart. You put the boom boom into my heart. You see my scores on sky high when your loving starts. A jitterbug into my brain. It goes bang, bang, bang till my feet do the same.
Oh, my gosh. So bad.
You ain't in town. A friend told me what you did last night. You left me sleeping in my bed. I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead.
That's terrible.
Wake me up.
So Tommy Smith coming back to Morning Mayhem. What else you got in there, Roger Dodgy? That's some of the.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made a mistake the other day.
Yeah, I just made a mistake now. I'm taking this call. Thursday, March.
You just can't take it, can you?
I don't.
What it amounts to, you just can't take it. Can't face the music, can you, Tommy? What it amounts to, you said we played Ole Miss after the big shootout. That's absolutely incorrect. We played Georgia.
Go challenge Tommy.
And the quarterback in both cases was Bill.
Joe.
I had said Georgia.
Hey, stupid. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
Go, Tommy.
How much you want to bet?
He hung up.
Of course he hung up because he's wrong.
I heard that, Tommy. Go get him.
Yeah, Tommy.
You stirring son of a.
You don't.
They got beat 27 to 22.
Listen, you don't argue with Tommy on.
Well, you don't. He's Rain Man. No, he's Razorback Rain Man.
Oh, my gosh. 661-1037. That's our man Tommy Smith, who begins next week with us. We'll talk about our sponsors for him on Tuesday. And John Daly. I think John Daly will start the week after. Don't forget, too, Oaklawn, Roger, racing begins today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they will race Monday as well. We'll be at Moore Mountain on Tuesday for a very special show with Justin and his family. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, you'll be able to see Justin, Josh.
Yeah,
we're going to take the camera.
Normally don't get to do that.
I love him when he has a pillow hair. I mean,
he does have pillow hair.
He has pillow hair, and he walks around. He looks like his little boy.
Listen, I wish he would tell the story on the air where he told us when we were skiing about him and Kate, their sleeping habits together. That's so funny. It was just hilarious. By the way, we got to wish a happy birthday to Chris Ho. Today is his birthday over at Oaklawn, as a matter of fact.
Christopher, happy birthday.
Great guy over there. But, yeah, listen, no telling what's going to come out of our time. And Ed Poen. By the way, this is from Jimmy Russell. We're talking about Daytona 500 starting this weekend. He said, you guys need to come down to Texarkana 67 Speedway. A lot of people have talked about that's the only big racetrack.
That's that dirt track.
Yeah, that's the only one left, right in Arkansas.
There's Murfreesboro.
There's a drag strip right north of here.
I don't know.
But so if you missed it too, Chase Elliott's my man. Chase Elliott's my man. I'm going Chase.
Get you one of the number 9. I believe he's still. I think he's Napa Auto Parts. So get you a number 9.
Is he number 9? Is that his number?
Number 9.
All right. And who do you have, Josh? Who are you picking?
He's taking Hamlin.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin from Virginia.
And I may take Kyle Larson, or I may go Joey Logano.
I get to work with Joey some at Sirius. He's a wonderful gentleman, although the other drivers don't like him a lot.
What you must have done. You did a lot of NASCAR for Sirius.
Yeah, did a bunch of NASCAR.
Yeah, so you NASCAR sort of in your groove, right?
Yeah, and Joey would come on and do an hour or two with us every single Tuesday, and he is a really awesome dude. Different guy on the track, a bit more aggressive.
I will say this, Roger, you and I have had the opportunity to see a Triple Crown winner live for the first time in 36 years at American Pharoah at the track. Mm-hmm. And also, I've been to Daytona 500. I mean,
I've not been to Daytona.
So, but you've been to a NASCAR race. If you have not done that and you have the means to get there, you need to do it once because it is a just crazy experience. The sound, how loud it's so, and how fast it's so over the top.
And that little chicken wire fence
I know.
They have can hold in all of that.
I know.
I mean, and people sit right up on that.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I think this weekend, I am going to watch. I have not watched the Tom Cruise movie.
Days of Thunder?
I have not watched it.
All right,
it's just Top Gun with cars.
It's the top movie of
It's basically
cars.
Top Gun with cars.
Okay.
All right, here it is. Let me go ahead and give it to you. This is Nicole Kidman when she's talking to Tom Cruise. You're scared, Cole. You're scared.
So wait a minute. What is that Tom Cruise's name? Cole?
Yes, it's Cole.
What's his last name in the movie?
Moore. Cole Moore.
In there, is there?
It's cold.
Who
Yeah,
was,
there's
who
cold.
Was, who was the Trickle? Who was the Trickle guy in NASCAR?
That's Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle. Is he still
yeah.
driving?
No, I think he might be dead.
Is Smoke still
Well, I
driving?
hope his family's not listening.
Is Smoke still driving?
Smoke is
Dick
not.
Trickle died in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and
I'm
Smoke's
a
not
little
driving
behind.
since he killed a man.
I know. And whatever happened with that?
Well, he never made it back. I think the guy should have been out there. Cole, what's his name?
Who was the star of now? I don't even know who's the star of
Chase
now.
Elliott.
He is. Okay.
Chase
He's
Chase
my guy.
Elliott, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain's the one who did the slingshot around the track.
Yeah,
couple
slingshot.
years ago.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know
a
if
big
I want to
star.
go with Magic Man. Yeah, Magic Man. Now you see me? No, you don't.
Yeah,
That was what's his name? His buddy.
I may need to go back and watch Talladega Nights as
You gotta
well.
watch Talladega.
Cole Trickle was the name. Was the name in Days of Thunder.
What's his name?
Cole Trickle was Tom
He went
Cruise's.
Cole Trickle. Very
yeah,
good.
Tom Cruise's name in Days
I
of
knew
Thunder
it was Cole, but
Trickle.
you're scared, Cole. You're scared.
We'll come back. I think Dee Dee's going to call in, check in with us, and I think Roger, you got more of your Rogers Vault, which is a sponsor. You know, if you want to sponsor the vault, we've got some gold in them there hills in the vault. Also, if you just missed an announcement, Tommy Smith coming back for a weekly segment with us at Morning Mayhem. He joins Craig O'Neill and Bill Vickery and Chris Kane, and of course now John Daly, who will be. How about that?
Yeah, we're going to
How about
have that. It's going to be fun to have all those guys
sure
that be a
is.
part of the show. It's going to be a fun
Busy,
spring and summer.
Busy as always.
Yeah.
All right, 8 o'clock here at Morning Mayhem.
Hey basketball fans, the Little Rock Trojans need your support in a big way this Thursday night as they battle conference leader Morehead State at the Jack Stevens Center. Tip-off time is 7 p.m. and not only can you cheer on the Trojans, one lucky person in attendance will have a chance to win $4,000 cash. Plus, when you buy your tickets online or at the door, just use the word BUZZ and get your ticket for just $5. The Trojans are currently second in the Ohio Valley Conference. Help them get a big win over conference leader Morehead State. The men tip at 7 and the Trojan women at 5. Hope to see you at the Jack on Thursday night.
There are trucks, and then there is the truck. GMC's tough and rugged Sierra Denali heavy-duty pickup. And just for playing at Saracen Casino Resort during February, you could win one from Smart GMC. Winning is as easy as simply playing your favorite Saracen games. Play for your chance to be driving home a GMC Denali HD pickup this month. It's not just any truck, and Saracen Casino is not just any casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
High school and college baseball are back. Join me, Kevin Bohannon, every Tuesday at 4:30 for Around the Horn on Drive Time Sports, sponsored by Wood Family Dealerships in Batesville.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The Arkansas Attorney General's office Thursday announced the arrest of a Benton man on charges related to child pornography. 40-year-old Eric Brown faces a dozen counts of distributing, possessing, or viewing sexually explicit content involving a child. Attorney General Tim Griffin says Brown's arrest is a follow-up to the arrest last week of 27-year-old Regina Allen. She, too, is from Benton and faces similar charges. Both have been booked into the Saline County Jail. Central Arkansas fans of Taylor Swift can dive into the pop star's world like never before. A 10-week literary course centered on the iconic singer-songwriter will kick off in March. The course, titled Dear Reader, will dig into Swift's discography and how her writing relates to classic literature. Swifties and bookworms alike will engage in discussions about Swift's lyrics, the stories behind them, and how they connect to books with similar themes. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
For interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painting, hire the pros at Serta Pro Painters. Get your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Information on bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state can be heard every Sunday morning on Fishing Arkansas with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Jamie Marsh, Stanley Hardware, and Cooper's Nursery in Cabot. Fishing Arkansas, Sunday mornings on 103.7 The Buzz.
At Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry, from now until February 29th, shop at Jones & Son for Arkansas's largest designer engagement ring selection during their 0% financing event. That's right, all purchases from now until the end of February are eligible for 18-month 0% financing. In comparison, current finance rates are up 8 to 9% for cars, 6 to 7% for homes, but at Jones & Son, you can get 0% for all jewelry purchases over $1,000 now through February 29th. At Jones & Son, they always offer the best prices on all designer engagement rings, including Michael M., Verragio, and their very own Jones & Son Couture collection. Also, they have a price match guarantee, so you know you're getting the absolute best deal. Guys, get a low monthly payment when you finance with special 18 months, 0% interest financing at Jones & Son during the special 0% financing event going on now. Jones & Son is located at 11121 Rodney Parham Road, and they've been there for 35 years. Or you can find them online at jonesandson.com.
Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer has 5 service trucks available, providing you on-site service to get you back on the road. If that doesn't do it, Stacked has a new state-of-the-art 13-bay shop for service and repair on all Class A trucks, trailers, RVs, light and medium-duty commercial vehicles, tires, brakes, AC, engine repair, transmissions, differentials, and driveline repair. Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer Repair. Get Stacked, 2 miles off 530 exit 34 in Whitehall.
Lunch for under $10, and it's the new sports mecca in Saline County. Crave barbecue and specialty dogs in Bryant, right down the road from Ashley's Furniture. Axe throwing and 30 beers and mixed drinks on their beer wall. Crave barbecue and specialty dogs in Bryant.
You asked for it, you've got it. 0% is back. That's right. Get 0% financing for 72 months on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Also, all 2500 and 3500s we have over 10% off. That's on 2024 models. This is the deal you've been waiting for. Get 0% financing for 72 months on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn. You asked for it, you've got it. 0% is back. So come see us today at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep and get that new Ram you've been dreaming about. And also, it's Dodge Horsepower Days. For every horsepower a Charger or Challenger has, you get over $10 off. So that's over $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 off on these models. Hurry fast, supplies are not going to last. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
103.7 The Buzz is home for Razorback basketball. Be sure to stick around after the game for the Gwatney Chevrolet Gwatney Buick GMC postgame show with Wes Moore and Josh Neighbors, live from Walk-Ons in Little Rock, presented in part by Ortho Arkansas and First Security Bank.
Is it time to replace your outdated floors? Make Home Outlet your first stop. Choose from a huge selection of new in-stock flooring like vinyl plank, ceramic, porcelain, laminate, and more in every color and style. Great quality products at the guaranteed lowest price. Something for everyone. And the service at Home Outlet? They can't be beat. Learn more at homeoutlet.com.
Break up with your big box store. Kitchens, baths, and floors and more. Home Outlet is your home store.
Is your Oaklawn thoroughbred racing action so close you can feel it? Or is it the view from your trackside luxury suite? However you like it, racing season is off and running at Oaklawn with live races every weekend through May 4th. It's fun by the furlong all season long. Make your reservations today at oaklawn.com. What's your Oaklawn? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
Let me tell you something. Nobody goes to jail unless they want to.
Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Look at me. Never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, 8:06. Who's that right there? That was what's the singer? Is that Frank?
It's Rags to Riches, Tony Bennett.
Ah, look at you.
That's it's in Goodfellas.
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 We just ran a spot that was dated for the Trojan basketball game. They won last night in a big way, big win over the number one team ranked in the Ohio Valley Conference, and now they're really in a good position. They're 9-4 overall in the conference, so 15-11 overall. They play Saturday at 3 o'clock or 30 minutes after the women's game. They're giving away $2,000, so if you go, you might have a chance. You might have to make a free throw or a layup, but $2,000. They gave away $4,000 last night. If you say the word buzz, you get a $10 ticket for $5.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good way to do that. Get out there and support them. They really need. They don't need to have a letdown Saturday. Also, you got baseball for the Trojans starting today at 12. They play Wichita State. Razorbacks play at 2 o'clock today. I may try to see some of that game.
Is that on
James,
TV?
I think it is. I think it's SEC Plus.
SEC Network Plus.
Yeah,
I was on Josh hours last night, so it may be one of those things when I sit in my chair.
You bet.
And Josh hours.
Then you've got
late after a Razorback game. You stay up late.
You got back late, and then you've got the softball team playing in Arizona. They play 5 games this week, and they're 4-1. And so anyway, a lot of activities. And then we mentioned the NBA All-Star game. I have no idea. I didn't see anything about anybody getting any votes. Who was the top vote getter?
I think it
Greek
was
Freak. Still, Josh?
No. I think it was Jack Sikma. Was he in it? Is he still in it?
Who was the top vote? We don't even know the top. That's why you're.
Was it Muggsy?
I'm Googling it now to see.
Was it Muggsy?
Muggsy Bogues. It's your NBA station.
The top, we are your NBA station. Yeah, I've got no idea the top vote getters.
We need to get Val on to talk about him bringing in. I saw last night while you were doing Mainline Sports Bar Trivia at Oaklawn, they were having a dunk contest in the back, and the judges were Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, and others. And we got to get Val on sometime to talk about. He brought in Spud Webb to participate.
Well, he sent you a message earlier today, and I meant to say,
Clark. Yeah.
Hello, Val. Was Valentine's Day his birthday?
No,
Isn't
but
that his
it is.
birthday?
But your name's Val Hansen, Valentine Hansen. Every day is Valentine's.
I guess. I don't know.
Let's check it real quick with our friend Didi over at Ava Bella. I think she wants to say thank you for. Good morning, Didi. How are you?
Hi guys, how are you? My little touch of gold.
Have you guys?
You and your listeners.
Have you recovered? Have you recovered from the whole Valentine's Day?
No.
No.
Nice.
No, give me this weekend. I'm going to work today, and then I'm going to sleep for like 48 hours.
Right on.
So I know
that's good, right?
Yeah, listen, you want it to be like that. I know you want to say thank you to the many Buzz listeners who came out and bought certificates and things at your store.
Oh yeah, I mean, I cannot express how well we did because of your listeners. I have to say, it has been so tough. I know I've said this before, since everyone's still on this COVID hangover, and it's 2024, and inflation, election year, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And you guys, the listeners, just came in and just totally picked us up, bought so many gift cards, completely took care of my small business, which takes care of my employees, takes care of me, takes care of kids, all that stuff. So, I mean, just thank you. I can't give you enough thanks. It's it's been an amazing, amazing week. You guys are gold.
Well,
I wish you guys could come every day.
We've been doing it for 17 years with you, or 18 years, whatever, and it's a great partnership, and we do have great loyal listeners
We
who
sure do. We sure
frequent the businesses that spend money with us.
And you offer a great product, Didi. So I mean, and with what you do over there, so.
Well, I guess it takes both of us, right? Like, I'll take care of you. You guys take care of me. I'll take care of you, and I'll take care of the listeners. Yes, it is an excellent partnership. So
that is awesome.
I'm just so grateful. Thank you, guys.
Oh, well
thanks,
you.
Didi.
Congratulations again. Thanks, listeners.
Get a little bit of rest if you can.
Well, I will.
All right. And I'll see you next week. I'm going to come in there. I'm going to try to get the Mama Baz special. What time is she coming in today for her sauna?
I'll look. I'll text you privately. She has a following. I don't want any stalkers coming.
That's a good point. Good. You know what? Excellent point. We don't want anything to be problematic with her. All right, Didi. Thank you so much. Thanks for all you do.
Talk to you later.
Okay, love you guys.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Roger's going to play some Buzz Vault stuff here in just a second, but I did see this study today. Which NFL fans drink the most? And I want to go to Josh Yu, because apparently what happened is a company that makes mobile smartphone breathalyzers got tons of volunteers to submit voluntary blood alcohol readings as they watched their NFL teams from last September through January. In all, they got more than 28,000 unique tests. And so I wanted you guys to, well, I guess Josh is not there. Roger, you can do it. I want you to try to guess the fan bases that drank the most.
All right.
And the fan bases that drank the least.
Here's my logic when I pick this one right now. I'm going to say these guys drink the most because they have to be in their houses. So I'm going to say the Vikings or Packers.
Okay, so I'm looking for either one of those for
because of weather.
Neither one of those are in the top 5.
Well, how
either
about
one.
well, because they blow. How about the Cowboys?
Cowboys are not in the top 5 either.
They're not in the top 5.
No, they're not in the top 5.
Well, then are you a Jaguar?
No.
Well, I'm killing it here. Let's find out.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
All right. Well,
because first of all, although that makes no rhyme or reason. First of all, you would think the fan bases that would drink the least are the ones that are playing the best.
Sure, of course.
So who is the best?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs are number 1. So
for drinking.
The lowest.
They're lowest.
Because they want to be focused on the game. And so,
all right, what about the 49ers using that same logic?
49ers were not in the top 5. So here's the top 5 who drank the least.
All
now,
right,
this is shocking. The Commanders from Washington, number 2.
Yeah. You drink the less?
You would think they would be. Yeah, you would think they'd be drinking the most.
Well, the fan base that we have here drinks a lot. Not you.
Yeah, but so these drink the least. So Kansas City
at the games?
No, this is at home or whatever. This is watching games. So Washington Commanders number 2, number 3 New York Giants. They didn't make the playoffs. Baltimore Ravens almost made the Super Bowl. So that would make sense if you want to be focused on the game, not.
That makes no sense because you just said the Giants. So the Giants.
Right. So the Commanders are the outliers, and of course the Chargers are another one. Now these are the fan bases that drank the most.
All right.
Number 5, New Orleans Saints. Makes sense. It's New Orleans. Atlanta Falcons, a lot of frustrations there, no Indianapolis Colts didn't make the playoffs.
How about Buffalo?
No, not in top 5.
They're not in there?
No.
As much, okay.
Number 2, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Drinkers?
Drink the most with it. Yeah, obviously, but they rallied at the end of the year. So the number 1, I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason why they're the number 1 team, fan base that drinks the most based on the study. Tennessee Titans. Titans, yeah. Don't know why.
They make their own. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Touche. I thought that was interesting. No surprise. Although, did you see? Apparently, so Kelsey was
on his brother's podcast.
Well, that he apologized.
Yeah, his brother told him to, and he should have.
Yeah, he crossed over, and then somebody said he got really hammered.
Somebody said it's on here.
Now, I was going to ask, too, if you're a mama, and we'll go to Josh, as he's the youngest one here. If you're a mama and all your kids love Taylor Swift, and you see Taylor Swift chugging, and she's chugging a beer, is that Mommy, what is Taylor Swift doing there? Do you try to explain to your kid? No.
Yeah, Josh, does she make you
drink more? Does she have more responsibility not to be drinking in front of kids if all of her great followers? Does it matter? No?
I don't think so either.
So she should be. It's okay for her to do drugs and drinking in front of the kids.
It's doing drugs. Okay.
Wait, you just changed the narrative there, did you? No. Here's the. You know what? What did I think Charles Barkley said? I bet don't make them. The
that's
heroes.
Right. That's right. You can choose to make. You can choose to.
But if you listen, Walt Disney never smoked in front of anybody. Never smoked in front of anybody, but he was a chain smoker, but he never did it because he didn't want kids to see that. And there's people that do stuff like that, which makes me think this. If she hadn't gone wacko jacko, because I saw some stuff on Britney. You go to Britney Spears. When you see, you start going down a rabbit hole. You sent me something, and then that just tipped up. Yeah, it was incredible. Would she be as big as Taylor Swift?
No.
Could she have? Was she going? What made Taylor do something?
At one time, she was just like Taylor Swift.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, did something happen that stopped her trajectory?
Different era too.
Just time.
It's like now so much social media.
It's like Madonna. Yeah, I mean, everybody.
Famous you are,
but would you rather give me in their heyday? And I guess Britney still.
Britney.
Not even close. Not even close. You go Taylor.
Well, you.
Look, I like Britney Spears. I was a big fan of Britney Spears when I was younger, and
no, we're not talking about music. We're not talking about music. We're talking about So, would you still go Taylor?
Taylor.
Okay, all right.
Someone says here,
you're a freak.
Someone says here,
I know that.
Someone says Paris Hilton made a blank. Justin Bieber took a whiz in a mop bucket in a restaurant kitchen, but Taylor Swift drank a beer at the Super Bowl. So I'm just wondering, I don't think it was a big deal. I just wonder, to me, but I just wonder, would she have done it if she knew she was on the big screen because of all of her kids that follow? I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm not a parent,
I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal, and I think,
Well, that's why our country's going to hell. I'm kidding. But, I don't think she should be held accountable for that sort of thing, but parents should be able to tell. I remember having to tell my son, Zach, the middle boy, he and Michael Irvin share the same birthday, March 5th.
Yeah.
And Michael Irvin got busted with all that blow, all the cocaine at one time, and I had to explain to him, and the best father advice.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, that's right.
you
If
still
you're a good parent,
we can
yeah.
forgive. You got to do that. You know, when you see those sort of things.
Can I say, I'm surprised.
You don't have to be that way.
I'm surprised nobody, and maybe somebody's made a big deal. I'm surprised with the way everybody attacks everybody that somebody didn't make a big deal out of her doing that, which she probably didn't know she was going to be on camera anyway. I mean, she can do what she wants to do, but I'm just wondering with all the little kids that follow her, if that's something she's aware of.
She should be aware that she's on camera all the time. Now, does that mean that she needs to take? I don't think it's her responsibility to have to worry about those things. But again, I think if somebody wants to do those sort of things, somebody needs to point out to them, you know, hey, she's an adult, and you can do that too, baby, when you're an adult.
Right. That's exactly right. You know, as long as you've been.
I know what you're saying. It's just tough.
I'm just surprised that somebody didn't attack her for that, because everybody's attacking when you know this day and age.
You know what? You can do whatever you want, but what about the David BAZZEL kid? This is the people that need to. What David BAZZEL said earlier today. You would look for that one kid who was sitting by themselves in school at lunch, and you'd go sit by them and befriend them.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, my friend. That's angel on this earth stuff right there. On the other hand, you know, what I was doing. Doing the opposite.
Well, today is National No One Eats Alone Day, so that the thought there was, if you see somebody in that, well, again, this day and age you got to be careful, but that was when we were in school, and that was always
still there's still kids that are feel less than good about themselves in today's society, and this phone and Instagram and pictures and all that don't help it. But anyway,
I thought this was interesting too. Somebody said one of the reasons the Titan fans were drinking because Josh, they had lost. They were 7-3 at one point and then lost 6 in a row, and maybe that was the deal there as to why.
Things got rough in a hurry.
Yeah, while the Titan fans were drinking as much. Yes, Roger, you could say.
They were not 7-3 this year.
Somebody from the 501 on the Southern Structure Solution text line went to Little Rock game last night.
Had a blast.
What a blast!
I saw that. Listen, if you got to go, I listened to it on the way back from Hot Springs, and you could tell the atmosphere was great. Fans really came out. That's what they need. Again, if you have the time tomorrow, go out there and watch baseball and basketball back to back tomorrow there on campus. It'll be fun. Here's what Tony Stewart says, or somebody said that Tony Stewart is retired, owns an NASCAR racing team, an outlaw dirt track racing teams. His girlfriend is a top fuel dragster driver, fast woman. He also has been commentating on Fox part-time early in the season. 14 was the man after NASCAR lost Dale Earnhardt, number 3.
And that's what we need. Are the Bush brothers still racing?
Kyle and Kurt, I believe that...
Are they the only antagonists that are out there now, if they're in fact still driving?
Kyle Busch is still racing for Richard Childress, and I think Kurt Busch is done right now.
What happened to NASCAR to lose what happened in the 90s?
It's still pretty popular.
But in the 90s, though, it was at another level, and I'm not sure why. Was it because of the personalities they had?
Absolutely.
The stars now, they're still pretty big stars, though. I mean,
you had Jimmy Johnson, who was a Rainbow Warrior.
But Jimmy Johnson...
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon was a great, hateable character.
Right. You had Tony Stewart and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jimmy Johnson. All those guys together.
Well,
we need more of
It will never be bigger than it was, Roger, before Senior died, because you had Jeff Gordon who was coming on the scene. You had Senior, that whole thing. You just had, it was almost like WWE. You had all these personalities.
But these guys now are still like that too. I mean, I
just want to watch.
It's almost like wrestling. And I don't think this is get off my lawn, guy, that when we think about that era of stuff, of wrestlers or that era of drivers, I could be wrong. Now, we're talking about the personalities that they have, and you say that they still have personalities. So give me some.
Wrestling or
drivers.
So
give me some of the. That's what I'm saying. The Bush brothers.
When I was covering it, the really big story was Ross Chastain, who is coming up, and he raced for Trackhouse, which is this really small, basically 2-car operation, right? Joe Gibbs Racing, 4 cars. It's a big team. Trackhouse, 2-car team, and Chastain was winning a lot, but the problem was he had no regard for anybody else. And so he would wreck people over and over again. And he would give these interviews afterwards where he was like, yeah, I'm sorry. And people were like, okay, stop doing it over and over. And so people began to pay him back.
I remember that. Yeah.
And he and Denny Hamlin had a huge rivalry, and other guys.
Well, that's what you got. You got to have some fights. You got to have some punches thrown.
These guys too. Think about it. It's the same 40-some guys, same 30-some guys that you're showing up the same track week in, week out. They've got one bye week the entire season. They go all the way to November. And so these guys, they still do run hot, and they still give interviews afterwards where they're frustrated. But I think a lot of times it is it's such a long season that you can't always just be on
Well,
fire.
the other thing, Roger, we always bring up, Josh, is that. And Tommy used to bring this up. By the way, if you missed the announcement, Tommy Smith coming back for a weekly segment along with John Daly weekly. Is Tommy used to make the point, you start off with the Super Bowl. You start off with the biggest race of the year.
Yeah.
And so you have nowhere to go, but I mean, not down, but you usually build up to the biggest race of the year, not start off with it.
They've got tentpole events. So, I mean, for them, the big ones are obviously Daytona. Coke 600's still a massive deal for them.
You're right. You're absolutely
Southern
right.
500 still a big deal for them at Darlington. I think it's a playoff race now. And then, the last race of the year, regular season's Talladega.
Well, I'm thinking about it. I think that
Roger,
might be
we do
the
need
play
to see if we can figure out a way, Morning Mayhem, to go to a race.
Listen, I mean, let's do it. And I think now that I think about it, I think starting off with the 500 is the way to go.
I agree.
Because if you start off regular season, if you will, with just some races out there, nobody's jumping on it.
True.
Everybody's jumping on it.
It does get you attention.
It gets your attention right away. So for that,
that makes sense.
I think
Golf's the same way too, right? The big events. Masters always comes first.
Absolutely.
True.
So, exactly. So it makes sense.
I love this message here. This is from the 501. Talk about Taylor Swift. I think she's a very good role model, and you've got to remember she's 32 or 33 years old.
Okay.
99.5% positive. Listen to this compliment from the female. I love your happy, wonderful show. What's funny is I listen to it. I'm 72. My daughter listens to it at 50, and my granddaughters listen to it. Sometimes even on the app at college, and they're 20.
Nice.
That may be the greatest compliment ever, is that we have generations of listeners. Generations of listeners.
And they're chicks.
Oh, my gosh, they're chicks.
Yes.
I wonder if she minds us calling her a chick at 72.
Well, I don't think so. Listen.
And here's the deal, too. I really...
I hope not. Chick's a good thing.
I agree that Taylor Swift is a good role model. I just thought it was interesting. Nobody has come out. You think somebody would go, she's drinking for the kids.
Well, because we're in that gotcha society.
That's right. And the camera popped up on her. But I think, listen, I saw a clip of a fan of hers, Roger, like an 8-year-old.
I saw it.
It looks like she's seen Jesus a lot. God's, whatever.
Yeah.
She just starts crying,
uncontrollable,
like Elvis had walked out for the first time. The girls used to do with Elvis, and it's amazing the impact she has.
And I told you that I would probably do the same thing if I had an opportunity to meet Denzel.
Yes, you would cry.
I would just start looking at him and go, I love you so much.
Let's do line 2 first, and we'll go line 1, Raj.
All right, sir.
Is this no, this is not the real double R.
It's the real double R, but it's not the real double R.
I got you. What's up, the real double R?
It's the real double R.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to chime in on NASCAR. I'm a season ticket holder at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Around 2000, there were 225,000 fans for a Sunday race. They brought in 15,000 free seats in each end just to accommodate everybody.
Yeah. Well,
and now they've taken half the seats out. They took every other row out and made beverage tables in between. So, they're running less than 100,000 people.
And I just don't know what changed. I think maybe it's just I don't know why, but it was really big for a while, and then it's just you lost Jeff Gordon, you lost Dale Senior. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just maybe you know what? Maybe you have glory years in anything like in wrestling or football, NFL, whatever. And you go through stages, and maybe this is a stage where you just don't. I mean, it's still it's still a very profitable business, and it's still very popular, but not. Like, listen, when I went to Daytona 500, Roger, and Double R, there were 150,000 people there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is massive. The number of people.
Something happened. I don't know what it. There wasn't a protest or anything from any NASCAR fans. Okay.
It started dipping in the tooth in the.
Well, they came out. They came out with the new cars that were pretty evenly matched.
Yes,
the racing is not as competitive.
Point. That's a good point. Yeah, I agree with
that. But the true diehard fans are still there. It's when it was glitz and glamour, all the young pretty people were there, and then they went away. NBA or whatever the next thing is, but the true NASCAR fans are still there.
You ever go to Batesville?
No, I want to. I love some dirt track racing.
Now, Batesville's got that one. We talk about the one in Texarkana. Does Murfreesboro still have one out there?
Yeah, it still has. I-30 sold, I-30 Speedway. That was a lot of fun.
How about that? That's right.
You could go.
Thanks, Double R. Is
Double R.
this the first season without them? It is, isn't it?
What's that?
Without 30 Speedway gone.
Oh, that's right. Somebody made the point. Let's check out the Oaklawn Sports app. Do they have win, play, show bets for the Daytona 500? Let's see what they have.
Yeah, they will. And I'll tell you all this. As far as betting on NASCAR races, this is probably the hardest race to bet on, just because the nature of a track like this is that there are a ton of wrecks.
Yeah.
Because of how fast the racing is.
Right.
And really anybody can win it, because on this kind of track, a lot of the skills required to drive, it's just like, are you on the final lap and are you on the lead lap in the final lap? There will be a caution, most likely, and they will have a restart, which will end the race. Joey Logano right now is your favorite. He is plus 1,000. That shows you. I mean, you'll get a track like a Richmond, and you can get a Denny Hamlin or a Kyle Larson who's a plus 350. This is plus 1,000 as your leading favorite right now. Ryan Blaney's next at plus 1,200. He's the defending champion. Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski are also at plus 1,200 as well.
Someone says, Josh is starting to get some of his street cred back because of his knowledge of NASCAR. I'm impressed. There you go.
How about that, Vegas? That's all you got. You just got to have put a little dirt on you. And someone tells us on the Southern Structure Solutions text that this is the second season without I-30.
Oh, wow. Wow, where's the time gone? They've turned that. We drive past it every day. Let's squeeze in Larry real quick.
Hey, Larry.
Hall of Fame, Arkansas Sports Hall of Famer, Larry Walton. What's up, Larry?
Hey, David, I just want to tell you, going on tonight at ULR also is their induction into their Hall of Fame. And one of the inductees at 6:30 is one of my boys that played for me at ULR, Johnny Johnson.
Oh, Johnny Johnson, yes. Now, wait a minute. Is that the same Johnny Johnson that ended up being the basketball coach and the athletic director, or is that somebody different?
No, he stayed in tennis all of his life.
Okay, gotcha.
His brother was Sig Johnson. Is Sig Johnson? I don't know if you remember. He was a pastor at St. James Methodist there for a long time. But Johnny, I coached at ULR for 13 years.
Right.
And Johnny played for me. He was the number one player in the state of Arkansas, and he graced me by coming and playing for me because I'd brought him up as a kid. But he's going to get in the Hall of Fame, and Alicia Cash is getting in the 1986-87 basketball team. I think went to the semifinals of the NIT.
Well, listen, Larry, the reason you're in the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame because you are Mr. Tennis Promoter in this state and coach. So, job well done. I hope you enjoy tonight and see the impact that you've made in tennis with Johnny going in. So, I tell you what, it's happening at Trojan with the Trojans this weekend. Good Lord, everything's going on.
I was out there last night.
Big win, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was great. At halftime of the game Saturday, they're going to introduce people like me. They used to coach there and pass Letterman also.
Well, that's awesome, Larry.
Really cool.
That's well-deserving. Yeah, Saturday at 3 o'clock. Thanks, Larry. Saturday at 3 o'clock, Trojans back in action. Use Buzz to get in for $5 and maybe win $2,000.
Oh, that'll be nice. Let's go. Let's go to break with a little bit of Acre.
Okay. I'm so sick of your ignorance. You're so ridiculous. You're so ridiculous. Don't ever call my show again.
Wow.
You're so ridiculous.
Wow.
You are so ridiculous.
You're not done.
Deep breath, bro. Deep breath. I need a break. You're so beyond ridiculous, Jerry. You should be embarrassed of yourself. I'm so sick of you.
How about that? You know what? And the thing is, that's generic. I mean, he just used Jerry on that one. That's
do we know who that Jerry is?
No, listen.
It could be anybody.
You know what? It's like what was that old commercial? At the end of the Denzel Malcolm X. I am Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Well, listen, all of us could stand up. I am Jerry.
I am that guy.
I am Jerry.
Oh,
you are Jerry.
That is hilarious.
That is it.
All right. When we come back, we'll visit with Danny West. It's 8:30 here at Morning Mayhem.
The Arkansas RV Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. All RVs on display at discount show prices. Don't miss the Arkansas RV Show this weekend only.
This is Sports Center.
It's opening day for Arkansas Razorbacks baseball. They have a 4-game series coming up this weekend with the James Madison Dukes. The Hogs come into the season top 5 in every single poll in America. This weekend's schedule: first pitch today against JMU is at 2 o'clock. On Saturday, it's also a 2 o'clock first pitch. Sunday's first pitch is at 1 p.m. And then Monday, game 4 of the series, will be a noon first pitch. All of those games you can catch here on 103.7 The Buzz, and also you can catch them on the SEC Network Plus. 5 games for Razorback softball this weekend at the Bear Down Fiesta in Tucson, Arizona. They'll take on Long Beach State at noon, and then the Arizona Wildcats at 5. Tomorrow they'll take on Omaha at 12:30, and Arizona once again at 3, and they conclude the weekend against Omaha at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists, offering diagnostic, suspension, tires, maintenance, engine, transmission repair, and much more. When you need someone to service your fleet and get your employees back on the road quick, call 501-375-3672. Conveniently located at 901 East 8th Street in downtown Little Rock.
Hey, it's David BAZZEL for Simmons Bank. You've heard me say over and over again how much I love being a Simmons Bank customer and learning about their amazing success story, starting with one little Pine Bluff bank in 1903 and now celebrating their 120th banking birthday. They have become one of the fastest growing banks in America. 120 years in banking, that's a ton of experience. The reason Simmons Bank has been around for 12 decades is because they have a track record of helping people turn their goals into plans. And that's worth repeating. Simmons Bank knows how to help their customers turn their goals into plans. And they're ready to talk to you now, but first, they'll listen. Simmons Bank will guide you at every step. No matter what's next in your life, Simmons Bank wants to make financing the easiest decision you make. A personal loan from Simmons Bank could be the solution you need for large purchases like home improvement projects, wedding expenses, vacations, emergency expenses, or an automobile, boat, or RV purchase. Don't wait any longer. Let Simmons Bank help change your financial life.
There are trucks, and then there is the truck. GMC's tough and rugged Sierra Denali heavy-duty pickup. And just for playing at Saracen Casino Resort during February, you could win one from Smart GMC. Winning is as easy as simply playing your favorite Saracen games. Play for your chance to be driving home a GMC Denali HD pickup this month. It's not just any truck, and Saracen Casino is not just any casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hi, I'm Jacob Jones. From now until February 29th, shop at Jones & Son during our 0% finance event. That's right. All purchases from now until the end of February are eligible for 18-month 0% financing. From our very own Jones & Son Couture collection to Michael M., we have every shape and size of ring in store, featuring Arkansas's largest designer engagement ring selection. Get a low monthly payment when you finance with special 18-month zero-interest financing at Jones & Son. Shop online at jonesandson.com.
Want to reach the show? Well, give us a call or text at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Off topic, if you've ever bragged about doing a half marathon, you can shut the up forever.
What?
When did that even become a thing? A half marathon? Ooh. I just finished reading half a book. Yeah, big, thick one. Got to the middle, set it down. I'll never look at it again. I can bench press around 450 pounds one half time. Just the down part. The point is, until you yourself and your nipples are bleeding at mile 26, you've accomplished nothing and no one wants to hear about it.
Daniel Tosh, that's what that is.
He's known across the state as the king of recruiting. He's a sea of knowledge when it comes to the future of the Hogs, and he's jumping into the mayhem on the Buzz. From hogsports.com, it's Danny West, presented by HJ Trailer Sales. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or visit them in Hot Springs on Albert Pike.
Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Hey,
Good, buddy. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Just trying to catch our breath a little bit. I was telling somebody earlier, this is kind of our chance, the month of February, a little bit slower for recruiting, to be honest with you, Baz. Coaches finally get a chance to catch their breath and get away for a little bit. Now, that doesn't mean they stop recruiting, as y'all know. They're still on the phone and in the DMs and messaging kids and sending out new offers, but no visits can be on campus. No off-campus visits can take place right now, so it's kind of a little bit of a downtime as far as recruiting, but still got a few things to talk about this morning.
It's funny, I was going to bring up, I don't know how we did this last year. It's like, why do we make Danny go the entire year? Shouldn't you get a little bit of a break? Should we take a month or two off for you to, because,
he's right.
I don't know how.
I never felt like we ever talked to Danny, it's like, well, there's nothing to talk about today.
I know there's always this, but Danny, don't you maybe want a little break? Now, listen, our friend Trey at HJ Trailer Sales may say, no, but at the same time, we wrapped up things with Walt Coleman this week and Dan Hampton. It's like, how come Danny doesn't
we're like, Danny's back.
Yeah, how come Danny doesn't get a break, man? Don't you want some time off or no?
I can tell you this. I learned a long time ago, never talk yourself out of a job.
Boy, Danny.
Well, listen, I'm fatigued. I get fatigued. I get worn out listening to you trying to keep up with all this craziness. It wears me out. Good Lord.
I bet it does.
So it's a
tough time of year.
It's slow right now.
Yeah, well, just a few things I've noticed about some of these latest offers that I find interesting, Baz. I don't know how other people might see it, but the state of Florida, you might be glad to hear. The state of Florida, Arkansas is going back in there with quite a few new offers.
All right, what part of the state?
Sit here and tell you they're, you know what, all over. Scott Fountain is kind of known for that east side over there, from Orlando all the way down to, I guess, Miami. So quite a few on that side. And, with Bobby Petrino coming back in, we've seen quite a few quarterback offers for that 2026 class. Now we've seen the new wide receivers coach, Ronnie Fouch. He's put out a few offers in Florida. Scott Fountain, of course, always in Florida. But we've also seen California. We've seen Utah, of all places. I've seen a couple of new offers in Nebraska. And, of course, throughout their typical footprint down there of Texas, all the way across to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, which are states that, under Coach Pittman the last few years, that's really kind of been their bread and butter. But it's interesting to me this time of year. It's kind of a time to kind of hit the reset button and reevaluate and see kind of the direction that each new staff might be going. And it's always interesting to me to kind of see where they're at and where they're targeting for the new cycle. And it just seems like it's more coast to coast this year so far. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to stick that way. In 6 months, a lot of these kids are going to fall off the board. They're going to stay at home, and just by default, Arkansas is not going to be a top choice for a lot of them because they are 4- and 5-star types in a lot of situations. But ain't that interesting? We've kind of seen Florida come and go. You remember Coach B came in. He really hammered
Alex
the state
Collins.
of Florida, had quite a bit of success. Yeah, you had Kirkland and Collins, several of them down there, and now here it comes back again. So a little bit different there. They are dipping back into Louisiana, a state that's known for, producing top talent. Really been a quiet state for Arkansas over the last few years here. So you've seen Darren Wilson, your defensive backs coach, coming back for year 2. He's going back into Louisiana, his home state. Obviously the nephew of Frank Wilson, the well-known coach out of and great recruiter out of that state. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of maybe in 2 more months where some of these new offers are going. Do they still try to get into new areas, quote-unquote new, and or do they kind of stick to the Bible Belt footprint that they're kind of known for over the last few years?
I did see also, too, I don't know if you guys saw it, the kid that transferred in from A&M that had played under Bobby Petrino last year. He's a guy that didn't get a lot of snaps, but did you see he recorded the second fastest 60-meter dash in the history of the U of A, which is saying, you said the track history. So you got a guy who's like, from a speed standpoint, like the dude down in Miami, it is a burner that nobody could keep up with now. That doesn't mean
Tariq Hill.
That's right. Doesn't mean this kid's going to be a great receiver, but he's got the thing you can't teach, and that is speed. So I'm excited about that. I'm sure Bobby Petrino is too.
I bet he is, and I think we hit on it a little bit last week, but you're kind of seeing a trend there, going back to some of your smaller stature wide receivers, not calling anybody small, but you know what I mean, right? There for a while, everybody was 6'4", 210 under Coach Stepp, and even in recent, even last year a little bit. But now you're starting to see that 5'11", 6-foot speedster. Now here's another one that, I did see that time. And, you know, this is a guy that's already been to 2 other SEC schools prior to Arkansas and only played in 4 games. So he's kind of one of these mystery men going into spring ball. Which one's it going to be? You know, is this going to be a guy to really get excited about, or is this going to be yet another year with only, spot duty here and there? But he's only appeared in 4 games so far, and that was at Texas A&M. He was of course, started at Kentucky, started his career at Kentucky. And, you know, talking about track there, Baz, he broke the freshman Kentucky record with a 10.16.
Wow.
10.16, 100-meter dash. So that dude is scooting now.
If
they can get anything out of him and throw Satania in there and keep them coming on. And maybe the new kid out of New Orleans, Cross Johnson, is a guy that I really like, kind of cut from that same smaller receiver, flanker type, but, man, he can fly too.
I would love to see them use guys like this, it just with quick passes, because we talked about how bad the run game was. Just as something to basically essentially be their running game if it struggles. Using guys like this, just getting them easy touches.
Find ways to get them in space and let them run.
See what you got.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Here's one from Jeff in Monticello said that, and I don't know if you, Roger, or Josh heard it yesterday. They had the Marion lineman on. I guess it was on the Zone yesterday with. I think it was a Zone. It was DJ. It was DJ had him. That's right. It says, let's just say it was the F word locker room talk. You would want this kid as your bodyguard, Raj. He has the dog in him. So that's the kid that
we need more dog.
The number 1 2025 recruit from Marion, the defensive lineman, I think is who they're referencing.
Yeah, Carius Kern. We talked about him a little bit last week, and we've got him. I keep going back to this. Not everybody cares about the rankings. I understand that it's not an exact science, but I do think it's a pretty good indication of where teams end up. In 2 or 3 years. But man, you look at our rankings right now. He's number 175 overall, and you would think I'd be sitting here celebrating that and trying to sell that as the greatest thing ever, but man, I think that's vastly underrated for this kid. I really do. The more I watch him, the more I'm blown away. It would shock me if there are 100 players in the country this year better than Carius Kern. I want to see every one of them because I'm just not seeing it yet. This kid's a freak now, and
I said
that interview. Kudos to those guys.
Yeah, I said the other day. I told Roger. I told Roger, Danny, that the guy's head. You look at sometimes you look at. I remember I played with guys whose their bone structures were just big. I mean, he had a big old head and bones are big.
You were talking to DJ about that, and DJ was talking about how much this cat benched compared to him at that.
Yeah. And I've never heard of a Carius. Carius. Is it Carius? Is that right? Is that the way we pronounce his name?
Yeah, my phone keeps changing that to Darius every time I try to talk about him.
The kids with their names today, man. It's all over the map. Hey, last but not least,
Josh.
I was a little irritated. I told the guys the story of the Georgia State head football coach, Sean Elliott. So this joker is 41-44 at Georgia State. Okay, not great. I think he's 4-1 in bowl games, but hadn't been to a conference championship. Started 6-1 this year, lost the last 5 games, and then won a bowl game. But he leaves yesterday to go to South Carolina as a tight ends coach. Spring practice begins for that program in like two weeks, and so they had to cancel it. It's like, man, I mean, what in the world is it? Really? Yeah. You recruit this new class, you do, and this is the time that you leave. I know maybe there's not a perfect time, but there's no obligation. I would sue the crap out of that dude and make him pay whatever, because even on the buy it maybe something, but look what it does. Now they got to try to find another coach.
And for the kids who want to transfer
that's right.
too.
That's right.
It's February. It's February.
Yeah,
they have to go to school still, right?
That's
so
right.
Imagine going to transfer to another school in the middle of February.
You're stuck.
You're screwed.
It's just a bad. I wish there was a way to prevent somebody from hiring somebody like that, especially as a head coach.
Well, it is. Got to sit out.
It's a tough one, and it kind of reminds you of last week's news with Chip Kelly, doesn't it?
Same kind of deal. Yeah, that's right.
Same deal on a higher level, I would suppose. But it makes you wonder how much more of this are we going to see as some of your I don't want to disrespect any schools, but you understand what I mean. Some of your smaller schools that are going to have trouble kind of hanging around with the NIL and the transfer market. How many of those coaches want to shoot off to the NFL or to a much bigger, quote-unquote, bigger job in college? I mean, when you're leaving UCLA, a head coaching gig, now we all know that wasn't going great. It didn't look like it was going to last forever for Coach Kelly anyway out there. So not probably really a surprising move, but I bet we start seeing more of this as we kind of whittle it down to, a Power 4 structure now. Everybody left out of that Power 4 is going to have a really tough time holding on to coaches.
Yeah, it's just such a nutty scene that the territory in college football just absolutely is. Although I did see where EA Sports announced that the debut is in July for the 2020.
Supposedly.
Right? Yeah. Listen,
some problems with it.
Excited about having the Broyles Award was in the game years ago, and great exposure.
Will it be in it again?
I think so. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, looks like it's going to do that. Yeah, that's cool. Well, Danny, listen, I'm glad you get a little downtime, a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather. Do want to thank Trey over at HA Trailer Sales for being your sponsor. So you can decide, you can evaluate with the wife if you want to continue, if you need a little break. Yeah. We can certainly understand that. So, but good job as always. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, and I wish I had a bunch of 4 and 5 stars to tell you about, but this is just February, baby. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, I promise.
There you go.
Awesome, rocking and rolling.
Thanks, Danny.
Appreciate that.
Have a great weekend,
Thanks
buddy.
so much.
Bye-bye. You know what? After that name, Josh is right. I mean, there's no better time. What was the kid's name?
Curious Carney or Kern.
Curious. Well, then you're right, Josh.
The Pez Poopsie. Ole Miss. Quackadilly Blip. Auburn University. Julius Boozler. The U. Miskatine Trisket. University of Michigan. Fall Trail Cluggins. University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
There we go.
Washington.
Oh my gosh, those guys are so funny.
Yes.
I think I saw them on a channel last night that they had a
so
show
good.
or something.
Well, is the taller guy? Is that Key?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Listen, so freaking funny.
Good.
He's in a commercial doing something by himself. I don't know if it's a restaurant or whatever. And all that. Listen, talented, so
they started
freaking.
off on Mad TV too.
Absolutely. Dude, I used to watch them all the time. They've worked their butts off to be where they are. They have worked their butts off.
They have. They put out a ton of content. Here's one here on our text line. Josh, I apologize for judging your book cover. NASCAR time. Listen, you continue to get more love for your NASCAR knowledge.
You really are.
Look, man, I'll tell you what. When they told me I was moving over to the NASCAR channel at XM, I was like, what in the hell are they going to do over there? And I'll tell you what, I fell in love with it. And the people, the fans are unbelievable.
Let me tell you something, Judge. What do we talk about our listeners over here? There's some people that I say one thing or you say another one, and politically somebody will take that and put political slant to it, which is not what we meant to do. Right. But I tell you what, every one of these folks, we know which ones will stop, whether they like you or not, they will stop and help you on the side of the road and give you a hand. They might not like what you the way you be or me. But they will stop and help out, and that's good old people, good old boy.
When we come back, somebody says, can't talk racing and racing movies without bringing up the movie Six Pack with Kenny Rogers. I don't know about that. I don't know about that either.
You've never heard of Six Pack?
Have you seen Six Pack Rogers?
Yeah. He has to take over the Six Pack. It's kids. He's got these kids. I think he's. I don't know if he's a relative of them. If he takes them over.
Diane Lane's in that.
Who?
Diane
Lane's in that one. Yeah, absolutely. Kenny Rogers was huge. That him and a NASCAR driver. And no NASCAR driver is that big. Not like they are,
No.
His character's name was Brewster Baker. There's
about that.
NASCAR.
All right, 8:50 here, Morning Mayhem.
Get your sexy on. Get your sexy on. Get your sexy on. Get your sexy on.
Tired of cleaning out clogged gutters? Say goodbye to muck and mud and shingle grit with Leaf Guard gutters, the only true single one-piece covered gutter system on the market. Hey everybody, Roger Scott for Leaf Guard Gutters of Arkansas. Never risk your life again climbing up on an extension ladder. Leaf Guard gutters are guaranteed to never clog, giving you peace of mind year-round. We're excited to announce our Winter Savings Event. Looking for 30 homeowners to participate in our exclusive Winter Savings Event. New orders only. Other restrictions may apply. That's all you got to do is talk to a sales associate for more details. 30 lucky homeowners will receive half off labor on a complete Leaf Guard system. Do not miss out on this incredible offer. Spots are limited, so you want to hurry up and do this now. Call to schedule your free estimate and secure your spot in our Winter Savings Event. Plus, ask about our 18 months no interest financing. Senior and military discounts are also available with minimum purchase and approved credit. Call 501-664-5400 or check them out at leafguardandmore.com and start enjoying worry-free gutters with Leaf Guard.
It's the 48th Annual Arkansas RV Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. Motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, camping trailers, all on display and at discount show prices. Win a new $14,000 Rockwood pop-up camper courtesy of Razorback Camper Sales and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. The RV Show opens Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. Adults $10, kids 12 and under free. Don't miss the Arkansas RV Show and the lowest RV prices of the year. Another Denton and Griffey attraction.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson here with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs. Spring is coming and everyone is getting ready to get outside. So if you need your trailer serviced or repaired, let us help you out, or you may be needing a trailer to get your golf cart to the golf course, or you need a trailer for work, or if you just need to buy a new trailer for recreational use. Let us help you at HJ Trailer Sales with one of the best service departments in the state. Visit us in Hot Springs or check us out on Facebook or at hjtrailersales.com.
I'm Supreme Court Justice Barbara Webb, and I'm excited to announce my candidacy for the position of Chief Justice. From private practice to prosecuting attorney to justice on the Supreme Court, my over 4 decades of courtroom experience have more than prepared me for this opportunity. I'll be an experienced and prepared Chief Justice with a fresh perspective on how to tackle our biggest problems, and that's exactly what Arkansans deserve. I'll focus on reducing case backlogs, expanding public access to the court, and modernizing our current systems and processes to save time and create efficiencies. Most importantly, I will uphold the rule of law and protect our Constitution. That's what I've done my entire life, and that's what I'll do as your next Chief Justice. With your support, I will continue to be a fair and independent voice that all Arkansans can trust.
Remember, early voting begins February 20th, and Election Day is March 5th. Paid for by the Barbara Webb for Chief Justice Committee.
Justin Acre here, and I can tell you, I know a few things about radio, and I can probably talk you through a football game, but I really don't know anything about much of anything else. CertaPro Painters does, though, and that's the company I always use when I need a project done at my house. I've used them for over a decade for a number of different projects, inside and outside, and I don't care if you're a painting expert, CertaPro's here to help and make the process as awesome as it can be for you. So get CertaPro on your project soon. You can schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. When it comes to painting, do what I do. Trust CertaPro.
Man, another brick. I guess people should really stick to what they know. Like how Chris Crane Hyundai knows customer care and cars. New, pre-owned, service, and a body shop. But don't just take my word for it. Let Layden tell you.
Hey Arkansas, it's Layden Blocker. For slam dunk deals, go see the team at Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway.
So Layden's got the hoops handled, and Chris Crane has your car covered. Come see us today on Museum Road in Conway and chriscranehyundai.com.
Back-to-back Elite Eights, and last year the Sweet 16. How far will the team make it this season? Get the scoop on Mondays on Out of Bounds when senior point guard L. Ellis gives us his take on the basketball season. L. Ellis is brought to you by Matt Black with Allstate Insurance for your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, life, renters, and landlord insurance. Are you in good hands?
Can't listen to the radio? Don't worry. You can catch Morning Mayhem live every day. Just download the 1037 The Buzz app.
Feeling better now that we're through. Feeling better 'cause I'm over you. I learned my lesson and left a scar. Now I see how you really are. You're no good, you're no good, you're no
good. Baby, you're no good.
Woo. Man.
I'm gonna say it again. You're no good. You're no good. Baby, you're no good.
Good. It's the amazing Linda Ronstadt there. Good job there, Roger Dodge. Man, what pipe she has.
I
Good
can't
Lord
stand
have
up
mercy.
now. Let me tell you, she's always been smoked.
Yeah, and maybe one of the greatest voices ever.
If one of the things that Satan-inspired social media has done is allowed us for people to send videos like that, whether it be her, Elvis, Freddie Mercury, Marvin Gaye, and they eliminate all the music and just let you hear it Acapulco style.
Yeah.
It's so freaking fantastic. Here you go right here, Baz. I'm going to give you the top 4 NASCAR movies or racing movies as I see them right now. Talladega Nights, you can put them in any order you want.
Okay.
Talladega Nights, Days of Thunder. I will go Grease Lightning with Richard Pryor.
Okay.
You know, that's based on a true story. And, of course, Speedway. Elvis Presley and Speedway, huh? How about that? There's a ton of them right there.
Do most people consider the Tom Cruise movie the greatest? What's that called? Thunder what?
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
No,
I think Talladega Nights is better.
That's a comedy. You're trying to.
It doesn't matter.
Speedway. What about Speedway?
Cars. Owen Wilson.
By the way,
Herbie,
listen,
Fully Loaded.
I've got a friend, a guy I used to do some work with me on the Broyles Award, a great guy named Brent Gamble, who I think graduated from OBU. He is the managing director of track communications at NASCAR. So, Josh, we've got somebody who knows everything and knows everybody at NASCAR. So we need to reach out to Brent and say, all right, Brent, where do we need to go? Where do we need to go?
Yeah, where do we need to go, Brent? And again, I wear a size medium.
Apparently, NASCAR owns X amount of tracks, and so he's in charge of all that. He's a great guy. I had no idea that. I knew he'd been in NASCAR, but had no idea he had taken that position. So great job there, Brent Gamble.
Josh, at one point, Brian Duncan, Dwayne's brother, who owns is it
DPI?
DPI did our shirts and all that for us, and I had so many sponsors that they made a shirt for me.
We've got that in the system. We'll have to play that.
Yeah,
Josh hadn't heard that.
You sure have.
Yeah,
I had so many of them. They made me a couple of shirts and put all my sponsors on the shirt, and it was NASCAR-esque. Man, it was everything was on it except Wonder Bread.
If you didn't hear it, new additions to Morning Mayhem lineup. Tommy Smith is coming back for a weekly segment. Very excited about that. And John Daly, our good buddy, is going to do a weekly segment with us as well. So it's going to be fun. Buckle up. And throw Craig O'Neill into that, Bill Vickery, Chris Kane, and our regular cast of characters, including Heather Becker, who's coming up next.
Yep.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Shelter Agent Paul Killingsworth in Cabot, Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak, or Stephen Reeser in Jacksonville today.
There are trucks, and then there is the truck. GMC's tough and rugged Sierra Denali heavy-duty pickup. And just for playing at Saracen Casino Resort during February, you could win one from Smart GMC. Winning is as easy as simply playing your favorite Saracen games. Play for your chance to be driving home a GMC Denali HD pickup this month. It's not just any truck, and Saracen Casino is not just any casino.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Listen for Coach Kevin Kelly Wednesdays during the Zone, presented by the Little Rock Athletic Club. An all-indoor pickleball facility coming soon to Little Rock Athletic Club, online at lrac.com.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
We know it, and we're proud of it. 103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The Arkansas Attorney General's office Thursday announced the arrest of a Benton man on charges related to child pornography. 40-year-old Eric Brown faces a dozen counts of distributing, possessing, or viewing sexually explicit content involving a child. Attorney General Tim Griffin says Brown's arrest is a follow-up to the arrest last week of 27-year-old Regina Allen. She, too, is from Benton and faces similar charges. Both have been booked into the Saline County Jail. Central Arkansas fans of Taylor Swift can dive into the pop star's world like never before. A 10-week literary course centered on the iconic singer-songwriter will kick off in March. The course, titled Dear Reader, will dig into Swift's discography and how her writing relates to classic literature. Swifties and bookworms alike will engage in discussions about Swift's lyrics, the stories behind them, and how they connect to books with similar themes. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Lazy Boy's President's Day sale is here. Visit Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor, Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock today. Long live the lazy.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
It's the Average Guy Movie Review, Thursdays in the Zone, with me, Justin Acree, and Wes Moore, presented by Rock and Roll Sushi. Our friends from Rock and Roll Sushi will come in and recap or look ahead to what's trending on TV, the big screen, Netflix, or wherever you get your entertainment. It's presented by Rock and Roll Sushi, deliciously twisted flavors in a rock and roll vibe that'll blow your mind. rockandrollsushi.com.
Roger Scott for Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort. Every day at Oaklawn offers entertainment, from daily casino promotions in the 24/7 smoke-free casino to live entertainment every weekend in Pop's Lounge. The fun never stops at Oaklawn. Play 1,500 slot machines and over 30 live tables, including blackjack, craps, and roulette. Check out all the casino promotions at Oaklawn.com. Headliner entertainment coming to Oaklawn's Event Center, Los Lobos. Yariba, yariba, Portisere, Portisere. Porty City, la bamba. Woo! Coming Sunday, March 10th. Mitchell Tenpenny's going to be coming as well with his current single, Truth About You. I don't know that song. On Saturday, April 6th. Better Than Ezra performs your favorites on Sunday, April 7th. And I'm sure you want to see ventriloquist Terry Fader, winner of America's Got Talent, on May 10th. All tickets available at Oaklawn.com. So make your plans to visit Oaklawn in Hot Springs. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Calling all coaches. Summerwood Sports in Bryant. It's your go-to destination for basketball and volleyball tournaments, practices, and more. Conveniently located off Interstate 30, it's the premier sports complex in Central Arkansas with up to 4 courts and 2 gyms. Summerwood Sports is perfect for training sessions, team practices, and even epic birthday parties. Check availability and learn more at summerwoodsports.com. Elevate your game at Summerwood Sports.
Southern Bank presents Family Feud on 103.7 The Buzz. Tune in to Morning Mayhem on Tuesday mornings for your chance to play with Justin Moore, David, and Roger. Family Feud on Morning Mayhem brought to you by Southern Bank. Bankwithsouthern.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience, designed for easy operation, and feature performance-matched attachments. Right now, at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0 APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $300 on select equipment. Stop by River Valley Tractor or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut, and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened, and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Finding amazing employees doesn't come cheap. You're talking about thousands of dollars just to add someone new to your team. And if they don't work out, that's brutal. Oh, and you only have 247 other things to worry about as the business owner. What you need is the payroll company. And specifically, you need help recruiting. The payroll company makes finding candidates and filling positions an easy, streamlined process, posting your positions to hundreds of people with just one click. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Double B's presents Joseph Pinion when he joins Randy and Rick each week on Drive Time Sports. Double B's is an Arkansas company with over 34 locations and growing strong across Arkansas. Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
I want them both right now.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
All right. What does he say to him? Come on. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Oh, Johnny.
He shot him in the head.
Come on.
He said the stress was just too great to bear.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It is 9:06. Before we get to Heather real quick, a couple things. Want to give a shout-out to John Court. I just went blank on his wife's name, who won Roger Scott's trivia at the Mainline Sports Bar at Oaklawn. For those of you who don't know who John Court is, if you've ever bet a race at Oaklawn, ever been to the races, you've seen John Court's name as a rider. He's been there for 30-something years, since maybe more than 40, since the 1980s. And he has now come to trivia with his wife, just those two, for 3 weeks in a row now. One of the greatest riders in the history of Oaklawn. And they won last night with only 2 people. Not easy to do when you've got some tables with 6 or 8 on there.
She is
and a great
smart,
guy,
yeah.
63 years old. And I want to get him on the show. I know Justin Acree has had him on their show before.
Oh, really? He's good.
Great dude, great shape for 63. He's probably racing today.
He's remodeling some homes that he's purchasing. Down that way, the smart play on his part, too.
Another guy we need to get on the show, Josh, we need to get Mark Martin. We need to get Mark. We'll get Mark on the show. What a great guy he is, Arkansas Sports Hall of Famer as well. And also, don't forget, got a lot of activities going on today. You got baseball starting in the state. You got the Trojans kicking things off against Wichita State at 12. You got the Razorbacks playing James Madison in Fayetteville at 2 o'clock. I'll actually be in Fayetteville. I may try to catch some of that game. You got 2 of the best pitchers in America pitching today for the Trojans and the Razorbacks today. So we got 2 really good studs there. Then you got, I didn't even check with gymnastics tonight, but, the Razorbacks, we haven't even mentioned this at all, Roger. They play Mississippi State in basketball tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then you got the Trojans playing basketball at 3 o'clock tomorrow, giving away $2,000 for that. Use the word buzz to get in for $5. And so you got softball, baseball, basketball going on. So
NASCAR.
Fun NASCAR. You got if you like NBA, that thing will be 150 to 150 Sunday night with the All-Star game. So a lot of activities, but the one lady who knows it all, in addition to what we've mentioned, of course, I mentioned Oaklawn Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on President's Day for racing. That's happening. Let's check in with Heather Baker.
She has the busiest social calendar in the state of Arkansas. Her insight on what to do across the state is unrivaled. She is the go-to person when you need an event promoted. It's time to talk to the queen of promotions from AY Magazine and Arkansas Money and Politics. It's Heather Baker.
Good morning, Heather.
And how are y'all?
We're doing wonderful. Very, very busy weekend of activities, sports, especially with baseball, college baseball kicking off. You got really high school basketball playoffs going on. So it's a busy time, but fun. We're sort of transitioning, Heather, after the Super Bowl is over. Football is done. NASCAR cranks up. And I would imagine, are you a NASCAR fan or no?
I love all sports. But yes, I've gone to a couple of different NASCARs, and I took my son to actually race one on the track, so it was super cool.
Speaking of cars, you apparently did a deal at Fletcher yesterday. Is that right?
Yeah, so Ryan actually said, let's see how fast we can do this and video it. I actually walked in the front door with the car. They had already kind of given me a price. They bid online. I had several dealers reach out to me and bid on the car. Fletcher came in above all the other dealers by several thousands of dollars, so thank you so much, Zippy, for that. And I walked in and I walked out with a check in less than 8 minutes.
Wow. 8 minutes. Outstanding.
Yeah, I
love
did a video on Facebook, and we actually videoed the whole thing so people could see the experience.
Great job. Well done. Like you said, Chris over there, Zippy at Fletcher. That's outstanding. And also the new I think Roger, something just happened to my volume or something. Maybe not.
Go on.
The new app magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, is out. Is out now.
Yes. We've got, you're talking about baseball. We've got, the expectations for Dave Van Horn and the crew of the Razorback baseball team. We have our 50 over 50 section, which is just really amplifying leaders in our community that are over 50, tech leaders, top 10, a great feature on Phil at Rocktown Distillery, and our friend Greg Hatcher is our visionary this month, telling the vision of Arkansas, so we're glad to have him.
Yeah, what a rainmaker he is. Single-handedly put wrestling on the map here in the state, both college and high school. Starting with high school, going to college now. By the way, I don't think, Roger, the Trojans wrestle back here anymore. I think they've got a couple more matches on the road. Really? Then they go to the conference tournament, which is the Pac-12. But last time the Pac-12 will be as a group, wrestling. So that's coming up in March. I did notice that you got Broadway Joe on the cover, legendary radio guy. Roger, if you look at this picture, and Joe's a great guy, a lot of respect for Joe.
Sure.
Joe looks like he's 25 years old. Look at that. Look at that. There's not a wrinkle on
He
him.
doesn't age at all, ever.
How is that? It looks like he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe, congratulations on a great
there
career.
There you go. There's your DJ of the year. There it is.
DJ of the year.
Smart play.
Did you hear us, Heather? I don't know if you were listening. And so we brought back Craig O'Neill. He's doing a weekly segment with us. We announced today that Tommy Smith is coming back to do a weekly segment with us, and John Daly as well. So crazy fun times on Morning Mayhem.
Yeah, y'all have it going on. I mean, if everybody that's anybody is listening to the Buzz, for sure.
That's awesome. What's happening around the state that we need to be aware of?
Well, we've got some post-Valentine's bashes at the Rev Room. If you love 80s music, they'll be jamming out tonight. If you like 90s music, you can head on over to the Hole. They're going to have the dial-up over there playing for some live music. And I know it's sold out, and I don't know if any tickets will pop up, but 38 special at Oaklawn Saturday. I love that. And I was talking to Chris Ho about all the performances coming up. They've just got a great lineup. So make sure you're checking out the Oaklawn list of everything going on at their website. Of course, we have RV travelers and enthusiasts are encouraged to head over to the Arkansas RV Show this Friday through Sunday. The event will cost you $10 for adults, and under 12 is free. It's the 48th annual Arkansas RV Show at the State House Convention Center. We have the Little Rock Zoo is inviting all of the public to join at the Great Backyard Bird Count, and they'll be doing some fun showing of real-time data on birds and collecting all information. So that's on all the way Friday through Sunday. It's all day, every day at the zoo, so you can check that schedule out on their website as well. We've got the Chocolate Fantasy Ball, State House Convention Center this weekend. Huge event for Ronald McDonald House. I am so excited to be a sponsor of this, as we have been for many years. But they raised $730,000 last year, which is incredible. But this is for housing for people that are their loved ones are sick and in the hospital and they don't have anywhere to go. And Ronald McDonald and Janelle Mason and her staff do an incredible job with this and just making people feel comfortable and providing them home-cooked meals. And you can volunteer in there. If you're looking for something to do, it's a great opportunity to volunteer. But the Chocolate Fantasy Ball is this Saturday. And this is, here we go, I didn't know if Roger would bring out the Cat Man or not, but it's the 2024 Cat Show. So it's going to be headed over to the Arkansas State Fairgrounds, and it is Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, that's Roger. That is a popular. I remember we've talked about that before. You got the officer talks like a cat. That's what we need to get in here on that.
Meow, 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 meow,
Yeah.
meow, meow, meow,
Yeah, and a lot of your friends, family. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, don't leave him off. That's right. Yes. So, yes, that's always a big event. I want to get we need to get the organizer of that event on here to talk about how many cats. And can I tell you some of the funniest videos on IG are cats that attack their owners?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, when a cat attacks you, I mean, you're in trouble. I mean, because they're vicious. They are vicious.
Listen,
Yeah.
Listen.
One of my employees, Mary, she has a cat, and it's like jumping in her drapes and then jumping back on her head and getting tangled, and then it attacks her. I mean, and she'll be getting these videos and sending them to us, and I'm like, why do you want to have that pet?
No. I'm telling you, I've seen them do in the vet's offices the videos of the vets trying to do something with the cat, and the cat is, I mean, it is like a tiger. It is just vicious. Yeah, and here's the deal. When a cat turns on you, it's scary.
Oh, it's over.
It's scary. It's bad enough as a dog, but with something about a cat turning on you,
Well, because they got the claws and they just
They
stick
got the
them in
claws,
and they
yes.
let go when they want to let go.
Yeah, those claws in you, man.
Oh, they're baby lions.
I love it when the guy screams. The cat comes after him. He's screaming, just running for his life.
Oh, yes.
Crazy. So that is this weekend, right?
Yeah, that's this weekend. It's going on at the Arkansas State Fairgrounds. It'll be 9 to 5. It is $12 for adults, $10 for seniors, and $8 for kids. So they're welcoming everyone out for the competition. I guess they'll have walk. I mean, I'm trying to envision all of this. Like they run through the little mazes they have.
Yeah,
seen
sure.
All those little, yeah, for sure. And we've also got the Ballet Arkansas is presenting Swan Lake at Robinson. I am so proud of everything that they have accomplished and the talent that goes into this. I've never been a huge ballet just like enthusiast until I went and watched the dedication. And I mean, if you actually look at their toes and they're bleeding because of all the the hours they put into this, but it'll be an incredible performance. Robinson Center, various showtimes are available, and we'll have that link up at aymag.com along with all the music, all the sports. And again, everything that y'all are talking about, we put the times, the events, how to buy tickets, everything at aymag.com.
Now, what about we saw the Gooch last night from Arvest Bank. We call him the Gooch.
He's the Gooch.
He's the Gooch. And he and Roger and you are somehow, you've been talked into an event coming up in Hot Springs in a few weeks to get in the ring with a 550-pound
the heaviest man in all of Japan.
Is it sumo wrestling? Yes, sumo. Yes. And so he was in the movie John Wick 4, and he's that's the one where he puts the pencil through his head. That didn't kill him either. Finally had to shoot him. But
what?
So you? I know Gooch is getting in the ring. Are you getting in the ring to touch this guy, and he has the ability to touch you?
Oh, yeah, I am. I've even got my own sumo suit. Right, I'm ready to go. I'm prepared. I saw the same videos that Roger did. He's done this with charity before, but I mean, the kid, he flips the kid over and then kind of falls on the side of him. I'm like, I'm just hoping I can run faster than he does. But you have to push him out of the line. So because I was reading the rules and looking kind of everything we're doing, so maybe between Roger, myself, and Gooch, we can all get in and push him out.
Listen, I'm going to jump on his back like Rocky did.
He'll be like
Hogan.
a cat.
I'm going to choke him out. I got you. If I can get it out. I don't know if I can choke him out.
Josh,
Josh,
are you familiar who this guy is? Have you saw John? You saw John Wick 4?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because he was the giant guy when he's running. He's trying to wherever he's going. He runs into this big giant. It's a huge dude.
Yeah,
and I guess he was a world champion. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, in Japan, he just won the international sumo competition. He is the world champion.
Yeah. And I am not signing a release for him. I am not signing a release for him.
And this weekend is the purpose of this gathering. Heather and Roger is
sake.
The sake.
Yeah.
Are you? What about you, Josh? Are you into sake?
You into sake?
No.
Into sake? Okay.
Listen, do we know?
I'm not sure if I've tried sake. Maybe
you
I
haven't because you haven't ordered it enough. They have it down there in Hot Springs, and they've got
big sake there.
It's a big place, big sake
Big
place.
sake
weekend. So we got to get you down.
Matt,
Got to get you down on some
Bell's
sake.
done an incredible.
Yeah,
Matt Bell's done an incredible job. It's the International Sake Festival. It's also the Cherry Blossom Festival, so they have a lot going on in downtown Hot Springs that weekend. But the sumo fight is Sunday night, so everybody get your tickets for that so you can see all of that. But it's going to be the first time that sumo's ever come to Arkansas.
Yeah, that would be interesting. The things we do. Well, Heather, thanks as always. Great work. And
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll make sure and pick up the new publication of AMP. When is AY? How do you rotate when your mags come out?
So typically AY hits about the 1st of every month, and AMP hits about the 15th of every month because it takes a few days to get all those published and all those stories written. But I definitely want to give huge accolades to my staff for putting out incredible publications and working so hard, because in all of the photography and everything that's in all of these books, we got some great new pictures of Greg that are in there, but also Broadway Joe and his journey. And I mean, he is like, I did the Southwest City Parade with him, and I mean, every single person just yelling his name, and it's like he knew every person and he spoke to every person. I mean, he's an incredible guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'll say this, Roger and Josh, the magazines they've got so much stuff in it. I'll just say this without being too crude, Raj. Let's just say it's at least maybe a 3 to 5 trip magazine to get through it all. If you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly
at least
what
3
you
to
mean.
5 trips.
No, yeah.
3 to 5 trips there's so much activity. You can't just get it with one trip. There's
you know what? That's a mark
because
of a
we
good
all have our
magazine.
reading rooms to where we get most of our reading done. But I'm going to tell you, Heather, you can't. I mean, literally, it takes 20 minutes to get through the first 20
do
pages.
The magazine there, will that be one of the hard copies that you use?
Oh,
You
yeah,
won't
keep
take
on-
the
I keep
laptop in there.
No,
will you?
sometimes I do.
You do a laptop?
I do.
I
But it is
numb
full.
leg.
It is.
I get numb leg.
you do have to tap out after a while because you can't stand up. Heather, thanks as always. Have a great weekend.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, see ya. Yeah, it's
That's
that thing could be sitting in that bathroom floor for a month because there's so many. There's so
You
I-
might go. It's almost like
yeah.
Drop mags on the floor?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the corner.
Oh yeah,
I have-
right there
I
in
have
the
a
basket. It's a magazine. I don't know. He don't have wicker
I
baskets.
stack.
Yeah.
I
no,
stack.
He's too masculine to have a wicker basket.
Is it like Amp and like Phil Steele? Is that what's next to you?
It is.
What else
It
do you
is.
have? What other magazines would you have in your basket?
There's so
Phil
much.
Steele, Amp,
AY
and Phil
Amp.
Steele.
Yeah.
AY, Amp, and Phil Steele.
Yeah.
That's what you
Let me
have.
tell you, they,
and Hogs Illustrated.
I had the great intent of starting to read through. I mean, literally, her magazines have so much content. It's like, man, there's 90 articles and 9,000 ads.
She's got to be duplicating stuff. There's just no way. I mean, just changing the name up.
Today,
I saw that dude last week.
Today, Roger's been going through the Buzz Vault.
Yeah, man.
Give me some of the other gold that you have found. I know you had some Tommy stuff. You had some Tommy stuff earlier that was gold, and had some Justin Acre stuff that was gold. Did we get to your NASCAR deal? Did we get your
No, I hadn't found it yet.
Oh, you didn't find it? Okay.
No,
that
was somebody. That was something else that RJ had
Josh,
done.
you must. Here's the thing, Josh. I think you're going to have to help Roger like a archaeologist.
As soon as
you need to
basketball's
start going there and start digging and finding things because Roger can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
He can't find. He can't.
You know what? That's a punk move right there. That's a punk move. I just want, as a bup, that's a punk move.
I'm just trying.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
no,
There's just so much.
I'm not looking at him right now. I'm not looking at him
There's so
because what he's
much.
going to do, he's going to go, whoa. That's a punk.
It's a lot.
Because you're like, you need to help him dig, but you never know what you want.
Did the great archaeologists go by themselves to Egypt?
Okay, Roger.
It takes
I don't
multiple.
know what these clips are. I don't know.
You've got to dig. You've got to dig just like
it.
it.
From 1996.
You got to dig.
You do.
You damn right I did.
Whatever piques your
Roger,
interest.
Roger, what he does is he'll go, play me something. It's like that could mean anything.
Listen, I trust your ability. I trust your.
I don't know who the people talking are half the time though.
That's okay. Yeah, if you hear it, it's funny. We'll probably play it. Somebody says here that our man Randy Rainwater says Sully is featured in the latest Amp magazine. I did not know that, Steve. Randy, thanks for the heads up on that double R.
Anyone here?
Oh my gosh, there it is. That's not the original, but it's
Is it?
It's a good one.
Anyone here?
It's Roger in a haunted house or something. What was it?
It was haunted.
So we were. What did it say? Was it Siri?
Yeah, it was
They kept
Siri.
answering?
Yeah, it was a BlackBerry Siri, I think.
So Josh, so the person in charge, Roger said you must ask for the spirits.
Rhonda,
yeah, and said so. Roger would ask and say, "Is anyone here waiting for the?" And then Siri.
I'm just following
Siri
rules.
responds.
And you do that. And by the way, and I think that was one of the places. What's the name of that place over there?
The MacArthur Military Museum.
No, that was MacArthur. Yeah. I think it was the ballroom was the other
yes,
one, right?
that's the ballroom. Yes,
Which
on
reminds
9th Street.
me, happy birthday to Razorback Muskie Harris.
Oh, that's right. He's
70 years old today.
Good idea. So he and Chris Ho. Chris Ho's not quite 70 over at Oaklawn. Wish Chris happy birthday, all you
Happy
folks
birthday,
over at Oaklawn.
Chris, yeah.
And Muskie looks great for 70. He's in great shape.
He does.
Yes.
He does.
What else you got? What else you got
Well,
over there?
listen, there's a whole
Come
bunch
on,
of...
just listen.
Well, no.
You had Tommy a minute ago. I want to hear those ones you played with Tommy.
You want to hear some more Tommy?
Yeah, what you played.
All right, well, that'll
you
be
missed the
easy.
announcement. Tommy coming back starting next week
He
for
is
a
coming
once a week
back.
segment.
I'm going to have lunch with him today.
Oh, good. And then also John Daly. We got to figure out what John Daly's schedule is. And I definitely want to track down Mark Martin.
We got to have him.
I think Mark's living up in. I don't think he's living in Arkansas anymore. I think he's up in Wyoming or.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or Montana.
Oh.
We heard a lot about IUDs yesterday. Is that the number one fear? IEDs? IEDs? What'd I say? IUDs. I don't think that.
Well, then look, the women know what you meant.
Women know that.
But you were always on my mind. Always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Cracker Smith.
I come
So
over
much
there
drama.
with my tricked up Charger. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Oh no.
Wow.
What did you just say?
Classic Tommy right there.
Gangster lean?
Rolling on the scene with a gangster lean.
Wow. Hip hop Tommy.
Diamond in the back, sunroof top,
That was Tommy.
dig in the scene with a gangster lean.
Good Lord.
You remember those?
Tommy went to church.
I'm a Salamaria.
He was trying to do the Catholic thing, right?
Oh,
that's
the
great.
Catholic thing.
Forgot
That's
about
right.
that.
Let's see.
This is Roger going through the Buzz Vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't throw 5 golf NASCAR names out there like you can 5 golfers. I mean, you got Tiger, you got Mickelson, you got Roy. What's his name?
Can you do that?
Roy,
what's his name? You can't do that, but you can do that, Josh. I mean,
oh my
I know
gosh,
you can.
that's good.
Well, let's
That's
see.
good.
This one, this is easy.
That was the Christmas karaoke.
Right,
That was-
OJ, guarded by Walker, gets a screen from William.
That's Tony, not Tommy. Nobody will forget this, obviously.
Hello.
Yay.
Is this Home Remedies number?
Yeah.
The Doug Rye?
Yes.
How do I get to talk to them and ask them a question?
What's your question?
What's your question, sir?
Question, okay.
Who's that with you?
I've been listening to your program on the deal. I'm interested in this geothermal, and he's talking about an energy audit.
Right.
Well, I got a home. It's a tri-level. I've got 3 different units.
How many square feet do you have, sir?
Huh?
How many square feet do you have?
With the basement, there's about 4,400 square feet.
Is that Crevastratic?
Is that what?
Crevastratic.
What?
The unit that you have, is it Crevastratic, or do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. What about the Fanork?
The what?
The Fanork, the aging system for the Crevastratic. Did you put that in yourself, or was it?
Oh no, it's already put in there. I mean, like you say, I've got
That's the problem.
Okay, well, then I don't see where your problem is. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm wanting to do, I'm spending like $400 or $500 a month in the summertime on air conditioning.
Well, why don't you just throw your money in a fireplace? I mean, do you listen to the show at all?
You listen to the show at all?
Well, occasionally I get to, yes.
Yeah, well, let me put you on hold, and we'll put you in touch with one of our Fanork fellas, and they can talk to you about this and get it straightened out.
All right, thank you.
If not, I'll put you through to Doug straight on.
Okay.
All right, well, have a great day.
Uh-huh.
But you might want to check that Crevastratic Fanork.
I always wonder
What about the dilithium?
what that guy did after he got off that call. I always wondered about that.
Hopefully they helped him
Well,
out.
guys, do you even listen to the show?
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's one of the classics for him to be able to do that. It is not. It's a reverse corrugated, for Craig. Craig will call you and do it. That was somebody calling Tommy, and he ran with it. It's one of the best. That was good. That's good off the.
It sure is. Be good heading back in here once a week. Now, listen, Craig O'Neill, Tommy Smith, John Daly, Bill Vickery, Chris Kane, and plus all the other regulars that we have. So you want to thank
this is almost like your little what does Stern call his?
Whack Pack.
Oh, this is your little whack pack you got going on here. That's right. David's whack pack.
All right, 9:30.
You tease me with your loving doubly hard to get. 'Cause I do know that I want you. You walk around this town with your head on up in the sky. And you do know that I want you. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Crane Hyundai of Conway, Blackman Auctions, Bell Chevrolet, and Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
This is SportsCenter.
It's opening day for Arkansas Razorbacks baseball. They have a 4-game series coming up this weekend with the James Madison Dukes. The Hogs come into the season top 5 in every single poll in America. This weekend's schedule, first pitch today against JMU is at 2 o'clock. On Saturday, it's also a 2 o'clock first pitch. Sunday's first pitch is at 1 p.m. And then Monday, game 4 of the series will be a noon first pitch. All of those games you can catch here on 103.7 The Buzz, and also you can catch them on the SEC Network Plus. 5 games for Razorback softball this weekend at the Bear Down Fiesta in Tucson, Arizona. They'll take on Long Beach State at noon, and then the Arizona Wildcats at 5. Tomorrow they'll take on Omaha at 12:30, and Arizona once again at 3, and they conclude the weekend against Omaha at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jock straps. Brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin Akery and Wes Moore give you their game balls and jock straps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for game balls and jock straps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Roger Scott for Sanders Ground Essentials. And if I got some exciting news for you homeowners out there. You see, the Sanders fellas, Kent and Kyle, have been taking care of my lawn for quite some time now. And let me tell you this, if you see their yard sign in your neighborhood, chances are it's boasting the best looking lawn around. Now, folks, if you're in Central Arkansas, listen up. It's time to get ahead of the game and have Sanders Ground Essentials come out to your house. Why? Because they're ready to apply the pre-emergent spray before that warm weather hits. I know what you're thinking. Winter's still on the calendar, but your lawn is already waking up and it's hungry and it needs some feeding. And who better to feed it than Sanders with their top-notch weed and fertilization program? Sanders Ground Essentials is local. Kyle and Kent built this business from the ground up over 20 years ago, and every penny you spend with them stays right here, supporting local employees instead of lining the pockets of some of those big out-of-state corporations. So let's make your yard the talk of the town. Call my friends at Sanders Ground Essentials today at 501-315-9395 or visit them online at sandersground.com. Sanders Ground Essentials. Let's get growing.
Rock and roll sushi. Deliciously twisted flavors and a rock and roll vibe that'll blow your mind. Try our made-from-scratch hibachi menu. Chicken, shrimp, filet, or lobster with grilled vegetables and fried rice. rockandrollsushi.com.
Now with 5 locations in Central Arkansas.
It's time for the payroll company's top 9 distractions while working. You've probably done some of these too. In no particular order. Surfing the internet, checking social media, texting, bathroom breaks, socializing with coworkers, snack breaks, coffee breaks, breaks from taking breaks, and scribbling things in your notebook. How else do you get through boring meetings? The payroll company knows that your most important resource is your workforce. So let us do the stuff you don't have time for, and you can keep your workforce on task. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See Shelter Agent Paul Griffin in Monticello, Sam Eklund in Star City, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff.
Want to see our beautiful faces? Catch Morning Mayhem streaming live every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Just search 1037 The Buzz.
Well, sometimes you have to go all out when you're the king, and you can't help it, you know? Because there's only one man who's the king. God picks him, hand plucks him, One night, God looked down at all the millions and millions and millions of people, man, and he decided which one was the best. It was me. And he plucked me from all those millions and millions and millions of people, man. Yeah? Listen to this right now. There's two things you need to know. I'm the king, and number two is look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man, and only two kinds of people know it. The Chinese and the king. One of them is me. You're the king. Oh, see, on the Memphis, come on a little bit of honey and a little bit of June bug. Yeah? Yeah, crown rib. Come on, man, come on. See, you know, now. Turn around. Look out, man. Okay, it's some long game, sir, man.
That's worth the whole
Rise and
movie.
shine, you Friday superhero. This ain't your grandma's morning. It's a war cry against the mundane. Conquer the day with the ferocity of a grizzly bear on a triple espresso, tearing through challenges like a chainsaw through a piñata. You're not just alive. You're the uncrowned king of Friday mayhem. Now go spread some you magnificent son of a biscuit eater.
Wow, what a start. John C. Reilly, by the way, that expression when he's watching Elvis. What's the name of the movie?
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah, that scene is so darn funny.
Listen, that's Jack White. Let me hear it, Josh.
Memphis, your mom.
John C. Reilly then goes, what'd he say?
Yeah,
what the F he said?
What the F did he just say? I don't know, man.
Let's
Just
see
a little
if
bit of Memphis.
Ghost Rider and Jay are still there. They may be gone. Ghost Rider, you still there? No, he's gone. Sorry about that, buddy. Jay, are you there? Sorry about that.
Right.
Hey, a busy weekend. Roger, of course, you know I'm wearing my Razorback game jersey, baseball, and I'm wearing the Omaha hat today. So let's make the call. Josh, Roger, do the Razorbacks make it to Omaha this year?
Yes, of course.
You have to say
It's an easy thing. You've got to say yes, of course.
If football and basketball are any indication, they'll surely make it, right?
Yeah, well, we need baseball to deliver. I'm excited that.
No, they will.
Yeah, we got softball. Razorback softball is great. Trojan baseball is great. UCA softball. There may be a ton I'm leaving out. We'll learn that as we go. But everything gets kicked off today. You got racing from now until Monday at Oaklawn. You got basketball with the Razorbacks and the Trojans at 3:00 tomorrow at the Jack. You got baseball at Trojan Field as well this weekend. Two of the best pitchers in America go today. And then you got obviously a lot of interest in NASCAR. I know a lot of NASCAR fans are excited. I was going to ask Roger, can you give me the names of the stars in Stroker Ace, which I've never watched?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is number one.
Lonnie Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson is number two.
Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise, I don't see him on here, but go ahead. Keep going. There's two others that I want you to name.
Are they iconic?
Yes. Very iconic.
Bob Newhart.
Nope. I'll give you a hint.
Black guy, white guy.
He has been in a Burt Reynolds movie before. Matter of fact, Burt gave him his first opportunity, his first movie role, and it was a doozy. It was a doozy.
Oh.
Yes, come on. You're there. Come on. Come on, Longer. Come on.
Oh, Johnny. Is Ned Beatty?
Ned Beatty is correct. He was the one that was taken advantage of in Deliverance. And then the last one is another.
He was taken advantage of.
Yes.
I like how that
In Deliverance.
Yes.
That makes it sound. You know what? Was he swindled?
The other is
exactly.
The other is a guy who was in a great sitcom that we loved. He was in two. They created one for him after he excelled.
Robin Williams.
No, this is back in the 60s. He's got a great voice
Bill
too.
Cosby.
He could sing like a bird. You didn't
He's
when
got
you
something in common with me.
He could sing like a bird, a little bit of Junebug.
when you looked at him, you didn't think he could.
He's got something in common with me. I think it's the same person.
Yeah, probably so.
Something in common with you.
Unless
what do I say in the morning when I say
You look like
when
Buddy
I
Holly?
get up in the morning? I say, what do I say to everybody?
You say when you get
I
up
said
in
609.
Oh, got it. Jim Neighbors.
Jim Neighbors is correct.
How did I get that out of that?
So
move it.
Well, Baz goes. I said he has something in common with me, and Baz goes maybe.
I don't know. The
Well,
is that
our
Virginia?
last names.
He finally
Oh my
married
gosh,
his
neighbors.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that.
no.
Because it spells his name differently.
I didn't know if it's because he had finally married his partner in Hawaii. I didn't know.
Hey, you know who else was in that movie? Bubba Smith was in that movie, the great defensive lineman. Parker Stevenson. They were all kind of interesting folks in there. Looks like. Oh, you know who else was in there? Dale Earnhardt was in Stroker. Kyle Petty was.
Shut up. Well, he had listen. Burt knew all those cats.
Richard Petty was in it.
Well, he was also in Cannonball Run, but those weren't NASCAR deals, but they were still fast cars, right?
Yeah.
Tim Richmond was in it too.
Yeah, Neil Bonnet. Let's see. That looks like Ghost Rider's back. He heard his saying today. Good morning, Ghost Rider.
What's up, man?
Anybody here?
We still haven't found the clip, Josh, where
I found it a couple weeks ago.
You did?
You talking about the one?
I found it. And
then, how do you lose it?
We've
I
played
didn't lose
it.
It's somewhere around.
Well, then you've lost it if you can't find it.
Wait a minute. Which one?
The one where you go.
Anybody here?
No, the other one where I say she's asked you 3 times.
No, we've played that multiple times.
Oh, I didn't think he'd heard that one.
Oh, we have it.
But we haven't played it in a while.
Oh no, we've played it quite a bit.
It's just been a while.
But,
it's due.
But first of all,
too long for Baz.
You do not remember nothing if it's involving me, and you know what? And it's just killing me. You're killing
Are you sure
me,
you're not
Whitey.
remembering?
I'm positive.
You know what else was in that movie?
I've got it on my board. Hold on.
You never play it. It was one of
Well,
your.
no, I
it's one of
never
your
play
great-
it
it's one of your
because it
greats.
shows how much of an ass I am. What am I, a masochist?
No, that's not. No, it just it doesn't show that at all.
Well, it shows
that
what-
you're.
what- no, you know
it was
what?
the beginning of what we are dealing with now.
I can't hear you.
Male spirit. Ask if he's here.
Huh?
There's a male spirit
Is there a
here.
male spirit? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, come on.
You're right. It shows the ass you are when you're. Listen, come on, man. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. Scared the ghost away.
She did have to ask you 3 times. By the way, Jerry Reed is also in.
You know what?
Stroker
That
Ace.
don't make it right. Jerry Reed's in that
Well,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
What's the premise beside Stroker Ace? Do we know? Do you remember?
No.
The reason we got on this because we were talking about racing movies, and so
smoking the back.
So somebody says, thanks for the curse, Bass. You're right. There's Preston in Texarkana because I said
it's over.
I'm wearing my Omaha
We want double. We
baseball
want Oklahoma
jersey.
City for the women and Omaha for the men. That's what I'm calling it this year.
You know what? The women do. They are due. The women are due.
The women are due.
Someone says, talk about Radio Gold. Y'all should go back and listen to Justin and DJ's interview with Curious. Somebody said it was like locker room, F-room locker
So
room.
somebody called in a second ago and said, you
Why?
want to go back and get the audio.
Why?
And I can look for it.
So what was
He
it?
must have been
So
edgy.
he said apparently there was a couple swear words.
He got the dog in him, is what somebody said. A couple birthdays before we go to break here, Roger, wanted to get to. Otis Blackwell. Does that name ring a bell?
It does.
Let me just tell you some of the songs that he wrote. Great Balls of Fire, Don't Be Cruel, All Shook Up, Return to Cinder, just to name a few. So that dude also
was
wrote.
way off.
Yeah, Otis Blackwell. Also, Sonny Bono's birthday today. Can you give me Sonny's real name?
Yes,
What
it
is it?
was Santano.
Close.
Salvatore.
Close.
Salvatore.
Yes, Salvatore.
Salvatore
Very nice.
Bonaruski.
He was killed, obviously, skiing. Everybody talks
Yeah.
about don't go Sonny.
Well, man, what happened with him? He hit a tree.
Hit a tree. LeVar Burton. And what do we know him most for? There's 2 things.
Well, we know that he did a lot of learning. That was like for almost 20 years where he would do the little rainbow reading thing and all that, but it was Kunta Kinte.
Yes, he was in, obviously, Alex Haley's Roots, and also people know him as the Star Trek guy.
See, I don't know him as that one.
I didn't watch that
I
either.
refuse to watch that show.
James Ingram's birthday. What do you think about James Ingram?
Let me give it to you. Hold on.
Baby Come to Me with Patty Austin?
No.
Just Once?
Just once. We find a way to finally make it right.
Look at that. Very nice. Mark the
I
tape,
love
Josh.
James
Mark the
Ingram.
tape. Also, Ice-T. Does anybody know Ice-T's real name?
Yes.
I don't know his name.
Yes.
Tracy Merrow.
Merrow.
Yeah, just it would not be.
Yeah,
Ice-T's a better name. Of course, he's become a TV star. Nobody remembers that he was a rapper at one time. John McEnroe's birthday today. Josh, what do you know about John McEnroe?
Unbelievable tennis player and even a more unbelievable hothead.
Yes, he was known for if you go back and watch the video of him losing his mind, nobody's done it better since.
He was in a trivia question last night.
He was?
Yeah. It was because he is a narrator on the Mindy Kaling TV show.
I think I heard you say that. I didn't know that. I'll be darned. He does a good job commentating.
Oh yeah. Listen, here you go. Here, listen little James. He's got some stank. It stank when we were in school.
Compliments.
Who is this?
James Ingram.
He's got some stank.
Smooth singer.
Listen.
Put this in while you get your little lady over at your place.
Oh, yeah,
Josh. Things will go well.
Find 100 ways, brother. Here we go. Check it out.
Let them play. Dedicate
her favorite song
and hold her closer all night long.
one
Very
more.
nice.
I did a Razorback song to this one.
You did?
I sure did.
Oh, this is just once. Just win once. That's what it was.
I think it's what it was. Just once could they win, I think. Yeah.
I did my best.
You heard this one, Josh?
My best wasn't good enough.
I think I have.
Your mom and dad went to a sock hop with this.
Is this James Ingram?
Yeah, this is a big hit for him. Just once.
He's passed now, right?
Yep, 2019. Young guy. He died young.
Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing?
Yeah, monster hit for him.
Oh,
Died in 2019. It was only, I think, in his 60s. All right, Josh. The Weeknd's birthday is today. Give me his real name.
That's a great question. I knew this before.
Starts with an A. First name, last name starts with a T. And I don't know how to pronounce.
Akil?
Close. Abel. Or Abel. And then it's Tesfaye.
Tesfaye.
Yeah. So, also, Roger, Jerome Bettis' birthday today. What's his nickname?
That's the bus.
Where did he play his college ball?
Notre Dame.
That's exactly right. I'd be very disappointed, Roger Scott, if you did not get that
Coach,
one right. He played for me. He played for me. I have making great.
I know you did it right there. And Zach has his rookie card, I think.
Let's squeeze in Corbin real quick before we go to break there, Rod.
All right, Corbin.
Oh, he's gone too. Sorry about that.
All right. Want to go to break?
Yeah. So one other question I'm going to do, Josh, on this.
Right.
On this day in 1985, Ray Mancini lost the World Boxing Association Lightweight Championship. Do you know his nickname, Ray Mancini?
I'll give you a hint.
Ray Mancini.
It's 2 words, and it's the same word.
That's correct. He was a champion in the.
He killed a man.
He did. He
Duck
killed
Kim. He killed Duck
Kim.
Kim.
Same word twice.
He knocked out Duck Kim. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I use the word a lot when I'm exclamation, like when we do something great or we win something.
I'll give you another hint.
Starts with a B.
Want another hint?
What word?
It's the sound the dude makes in the couples movie when they go out.
Oh,
boom boom.
Boom boom. That's it.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
Outstanding. Well done.
All
All right,
we're going to go to break with Just Once by Roger Scott. It was 2019.
Was this the Chad Morris years?
It
Oh
was
my gosh.
Western Kentucky.
Oh, the last game of the year. I can't wait to hear what you say here.
Is this our best? Then our best's a mess and it's getting tough to call the hogs and woo pig anymore.
That's good writing.
Wow.
Great writing.
Woo. Hog fever is contagious. What I see now's outrageous. We haven't been this terrible since the Second World War.
That's great. That is outstanding.
Just once, could we win a game before I up and die? Oh, Saturdays, all I do is cry. When did it go awry?
Take us home, Raj.
Just once, can we figure out what's wrong about
That's outstanding.
Whoa.
Nothing compares to the feeling of wearing a Facets of Fire diamond from Sissy's Log Cabin. The first diamond cutting advancement in over a century, Facets of Fire diamonds are created by etching thousands of nanoprisms onto the pavilion of an exquisite natural diamond. The result is a stone with more brilliance than any other. Just ask any of the expert staff at Sissy's, and they'll show you the vibrant burst of fiery color that's visible to the naked eye. From engagement rings to necklaces to bracelets to earrings, a Facets of Fire diamond takes any piece to a new level of spectacular, and no jewelry collection is complete without one. Facets of Fire diamonds are passion personified, but don't just take my word for it. You can shop Facets of Fire online at sissyslogcabin.com or at any of their 6 locations. Experience the revolution in diamonds for yourself only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
I'm Supreme Court Justice Barbara Webb, and I'm excited to announce my candidacy for the position of Chief Justice. From private practice to prosecuting attorney to justice on the Supreme Court, my over 4 decades of courtroom experience have more than prepared me for this opportunity. I'll be an experienced and prepared Chief Justice with a fresh perspective on how to tackle our biggest problems. And that's exactly what Arkansans deserve. I'll focus on reducing case backlogs, expanding public access to the court, and modernizing our current systems and processes to save time and create efficiencies. Most importantly, I will uphold the rule of law and protect our Constitution. That's what I've done my entire life, and that's what I'll do as your next Chief Justice. With your support, I will continue to be a fair and independent voice that all Arkansans can trust.
Remember, early voting begins February 20th, and Election Day is March 5th. Paid for by the Barbara Webb Chief Justice Committee.
Hey basketball fans, the Little Rock Trojans need your support in a big way this Thursday night as they battle conference leader Morehead State at the Jack Stevens Center. Tip-off time is 7 p.m. and not only can you cheer on the Trojans, one lucky person in attendance will have a chance to win $4,000 cash. Plus, when you buy your tickets online or at the door, just use the word BUZZ and get your ticket for just $5. The Trojans are currently second in the Ohio Valley Conference. Help them get a big win over conference leader Morehead State. The men tip at 7 and the Trojan women at 5. Hope to see you at the Jack on Thursday night.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson here with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs. Spring is coming and everyone is getting ready to get outside. So if you need your trailer serviced or repaired, let us help you out, or you may be needing a trailer to get your golf cart to the golf course, or you need a trailer for work, or if you just need to buy a new trailer for recreational use. Let us help you at HJ Trailer Sales with one of the best service departments in the state. Visit us in Hot Springs or check us out on Facebook or at hjtrailersales.com.
Or scoring 7 years ago.
I don't know how long ago that was, but I'm pretty sure that's when we got our sofa.
And those recliners.
If you're sitting on furniture from a fireside chat with FDR,
get presidential savings at Lazy Boy Home Furnishings. East Wing, West Wing, even your Oval Office. 30% off store-wide and up to 50% off on select items. Extended hours on President's Day. Save even more Franklins with Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock. Long live the Lazy.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. For the past few months, we've been asking you to give us a chance to buy your cars, and the response has been great. We really appreciate all of you who brought your cars in and turned it into cash. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Folks, we're still buying cars every day. So look around and see what you or your family has in the garage that you want to turn into cash. It's really easy, folks. Just come into Fletcher Dodge and ask for Chris or Andy. We'll buy any vehicle and we'll pay you more than anyone. We can't find enough vehicles at the auto auctions to meet the demand, so we're extending you this offer to the public. We'll pay you more, so don't wait. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Come see us today for the best cash offer on your car, truck, van, or SUV. Just ask for Chris or Andy. We'll pay you more, so come see us at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood. Thanks.
Some people think Roadhouse is a good movie. Those people are wrong. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Oh, love that song. All right, 9:53. Been a big day today. In the studio now, we've got DJ Williams from the Zone. Good morning, DJ. How are you?
Doing great, doing great.
Bragging on your interview yesterday. We heard a lot about it with the Carius. Is it Kern?
Yeah, Carius Kern. Now, a lot of people are back and forth about, the language. I'm looking past that. I like this kid.
Yeah,
I like what he's about. I like what he's grown up, the environment that he's in, and what he's trying to do next. I love everything about him.
Awesome. Great to have you. We'll ask about your show here in just a second. Pigskin Preacher is here as well. Good morning, Chuck. How are you?
Good to see you.
Couple things. If you missed the show earlier today, the announcement, Chuck, I don't know if you heard Tommy Smith coming back to do a weekly segment. Craig O'Neill, Tommy Smith, John Daly, a weekly segment with us. So Chuck's going to have to say, we may have to bleep that a few times.
I didn't think you guys could have any more guests than you do. And then you get more guests.
I know.
Well, it's his whack pack. He's got a whack pack
It
going
is.
on now.
I did want to ask you, too. I noticed you're wearing your Michigan colors.
Gosh.
And I had a buddy of mine, Keith, was watching last night, was watching Darrell Walker. And the Trojans have the Jumpman logo.
Really?
Yeah. And so, of course, you know who Darrell Walker was teammates with.
Yeah.
And
his airness.
Yeah, I wonder if Michael Jordan won in the World Championship with Michael Jordan. So I've got to ask Darrell, did you get that because of your relationship. It's really cool. They've got the Jump logo, DG, up here in the corner.
Nice.
It's a cool look, and but you don't see many of those.
Not that many schools have that.
That's what I'm saying. So anyway,
North Carolina, Michigan, Oklahoma.
Big win for the Trojans last night. So we're happy for them. Listen, we're just happy when people win after what's sort of going on the hill. I'm getting ready to head up shortly for some
little baseball.
I'm not going up there for that, but I'm going to try to catch the game. So that the first pitch is at 2. The Trojans play at 12. So you got this, and we've sort of turned the page now. Football's over. And now you've baseball, softball,
basketball done,
track, the NASCAR, all the things. So sort of that springtime.
It's not done just yet. We got Devo Davis on the show today. He's supposed to come back on 2 times this week.
You probably could have gone, Devo, if you just want to wait till next week. Listen, we had Caleb Battle on the next morning.
How was that?
I mean, he did it.
It was rough. I listened.
Yeah,
it was rough.
Well, first of all, he's sleeping. He's laying on his back. But what can you say? There's not a whole lot you can say.
We got killed by 30 points, but we're going to do better next time.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do? But,
he honors his obligation. He comes here and puts up with it every week.
They play at 3 o'clock against Mississippi State. The Trojans play again tomorrow. I think the same time at 3 o'clock at the Jack. So that they need to keep winning too. So we're happy for them. What do you guys got on the zone today?
Like I said, we got Devo on. Obviously, we're going to talk about baseball. What's that? First pitch 2 o'clock today. I see you got your baseball jersey on. It looks good. It looks good. You know, what was it? I think they're going to wear pinstripes this year at some point. You hear about that?
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
I think that'll be cool. Obviously, we got Pigskin in here. Justin's off. Chris Kane is going to be back here. You see him over there. Chris Kane's going to be in here with us here this morning. Tom Murphy, I believe, is going to be on. This will be our last day with Clint Sterner. This will be our last day with him. So I don't really know what to talk to him about either. Football's over with. So
think about this.
Super Bowl.
We wrapped up with Dan Hampton today. We wrapped up with Walt Coleman this week. But I tell you,
we're still talking to Danny West. That's tough talking with Danny.
Think about this. We started the football talk with those guys in August. I mean, it's a long grind between college and pros, but we love. It's the biggest sport in America. I mean, it's the dominant sport.
It's lasting longer and longer each year.
There's one thing I saw. It's the NFL mic'd up stuff. I'll send it to you. It's so cool.
Oh, yeah, I love the
relationship between. It's like a brotherhood. When Dre Greenlaw was running out on the field, the other linebacker, 54, he was mic'd up. And what he had to say, it made you really love sports and the relationships that you build. And it showed how much Dre meant to that team. It's pretty special seeing how that just hurt their heart that their brother wasn't out there with them.
Yeah, it had to be tough. Remind everybody, they're racing today at Oaklawn. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. Now, here's the deal. We're off Monday. Normally, we don't have the shows or not off on President's Day, but we're off Monday. We will be en route to Poen, to Moore Mountain. We'll be hiking the mountain with Justin, Moore Mountain, Monday afternoon, Monday night. And then
he said we're going to be sheep shearing.
Sheep
shearing.
Okay.
Tuesday morning, we will be with the Moors. We're waking up the kids, getting the kids dressed, and off to school.
Oh, everybody's going.
We'll get the cameras. We'll get the whole thing. Do I need to take a tie line, or can we use his?
Is that the first time y'all have all been together?
No.
We were in a year.
Okay. we don't see Justin, so that'll be good.
And he will again be with us, so that's cool.
Roger, great work this week.
Back at you, Bub. Back at you.
Josh, well done.
Way to go, Josh. Way to go.
We appreciate you listening out there. You make us who we are. We can't do anything without you, and we're very, very grateful for you every day. Everybody have a great weekend. The Zone's up next.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See shelter agents Richard Yeager or Jason Daly in Little Rock or Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot today.
Listen for Champs and Chumps Fridays during the Zone, brought to you by Rowdy Hog Pickleball, the only dedicated pickleball store in the state. Located in the outlets of Little Rock next to H&M, Rowdy Hog Pickleball, your one-stop shop to pickleball success.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
Are you ready to get in the zone? It's coming up next, right here on 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The Arkansas Attorney General's office Thursday announced the arrest of a Benton man on charges related to child pornography. 40-year-old Eric Brown faces a dozen counts of distributing, possessing, or viewing sexually explicit content involving a child. Attorney General Tim Griffin says Brown's arrest is a follow-up to the arrest last week of 27-year-old Regina Allen. She, too, is from Benton and faces similar charges. Both have been booked into the Saline County Jail. Central Arkansas fans of Taylor Swift can dive into the pop star's world like never before. A 10-week literary course centered on the iconic singer-songwriter will kick off in March. The course, titled Dear Reader, will dig into Swift's discography and how her writing relates to classic literature. Swifties and bookworms alike will engage in discussions about Swift's lyrics, the stories behind them, and how they connect to books with similar themes. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
For interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painting, hire the pros at CertaPro Painters. Get your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
We'll see areas of rain and even a few thunderstorms possible, especially this afternoon and the early evening. A high of 67 this afternoon, but temperatures start to fall a little early and all the way down to 32 degrees by tomorrow morning. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now.